Sorry. Hello. I was still muted. So, this is a new screen. It's pretty cool. I haven't opened the game yet, so 1 second. It's because if I did, it would have played the music. Let's just go to the bottom of the screen, right? Yeah, okay, cool. So, Steins Gate. This is... I started this visual novel at some point. I don't remember exactly. But I've never finished it, so... maybe we'll finish it on stream. Not today. I'm not gonna do some really long endurance stream. I don't know how long this game is actually. But yeah, time travel. I mean, this thing right here. Ooh, intro. Whoa, I've never seen this before. This is really cool. This is just a straight up, like, really long intro. I didn't even know this was a thing. Well, that was cool. Alright then. Alright. Anyway. Time to actually start the game. So. Well, you already know what it's about. It's Steins Gate. There's time travel. It's gonna be really cool. Let's just get into it.
全ては偶然だ。だがその偶然はあらかじめ決められていた世界の意志でもあった。俺はイカれてなどいない。至って正常だ。ここでは真実を語っているんであって断じて中二病の妄想なんかじゃない。きっかけはほんの些細なことだとしてもそれが未来の大きな流れを決定づけてしまうこともある。バタフライ効果という言葉を知っているか。知らないなら調べるのだ。それぐらいの慎重さが求められているのだということを理解しろ。残念ながら俺は慎重じゃなかった。自分の愚かさを分かっていたらあいつを失うことになんてならなかった。未来をこんな形にしてしまうなんてこともなかった。分かるはずがないだろう。その瞬間の自分の手に人類全ての運命を決定づけるような重大なターニングポイントのスイッチが握られているなんていうことは分かるはずがないんだ。考えてもみるがいい。普段の人間の知覚は 99% が遮断されている。人は自分で思っている以上に愚鈍な生き物なんだよ。普段の生活の中に埋もれている何気ないことなど気にも留めないし、知覚したとしてもすぐに忘れるか脳が処理をしないかのどちらかなんだ。あの時の俺に言ってやりたい。迂闊なことをするなと。 軽率なことをするなと。見て見ぬふりをするなと。もっと注意を払えと。陰謀の魔の手は思った以上にずっと身近にあって、いつでもお前を陥れようと手ぐすね引いているのだと。
Well, that is a really cool way to start. Hey, look, the stars.
無限。星にもまた始まりはあるが、自らの力を持って滅び。
I'm gonna be honest, I do not remember this part.
英知を持つ者こそ
It's really cool though.
最も愚かであるのだ。歴史からも読み取れる。海に生ける魚は陸の世界を知らない。彼らが英知を持てば、それもまた滅びゆく。人間が光の速さを超えるのは、魚たちが陸で生活を始めるよりも滑稽。これは抗える者たちに対する神からの最後通告とも言える。
That kinda hits close to home. For those who remember, exceeding light speed is kind of my whole thing. This is kind of loud, isn't it? 1 second. Oh no. There's no sound from the phone against my right ear, only silence. I wonder how to open the menu. Not like that. Well, actually, this does help. How do I open the menu? Oh, it's 1. That's interesting. Okay. Sorry. Let's just turn the general volume down, I guess. I'm not sure if what this counts as. Well, the movie volume was fine. We can just turn the rest of these down a little. Sure. I can adjust it again. But hopefully that's good for now. You know, I really should start doing this stuff before I start the stream. I'm baking in the summer sun. Yeah, this is still loud. I think that's sound effects, right? We don't need sound effects. Whoops. Not that button. I keep thinking escape should be the menu. Sweat slowly slides down my chin and drops onto the asphalt. Well, this game's so cool. Like, just the art style, the everything. It's so high quality. Girl is standing in front of me. She calls my name with an inquisitive tilt of her head. We are about to infiltrate deep into enemy territory. Yet despite the imminent risk of death, there is no hint of tension over her innocent, childlike features. I cover my phone's mouthpiece and turn to the girl with an index finger to my lips. Okay, actually, I'm gonna turn the voice volume back up a little, and then just turn the sound effect volume down more. Because for some reason the sound effects are just really loud. Still no sound from the other side. My contact is wise to maintain silence. The whole area could be bugged.
いや、こちらの話だ。問題ない。これより会場に潜入する。
No, I was just talking to someone. Everything's fine. I'm about to infiltrate the assembly hall. Still no reply. Looks like they just want my report. It's too dangerous to waste time talking here anyway.
ああ、ドクター中鉢は抜け駆けをした。たっぷりとその考えについて聞かせてもらうつもりさ。何？機関が動き出しているだと。
The organization is already on the move. Oh yeah, I think I referenced this in my playthrough of what game was that? Sierra Ops, the first one I played. I say playthrough, I didn't get very far in it, but with the random lore and how it was started, that's like those things that it shows right there, which I don't know how to. Oh, I can just right click to get to the menu. That's a lot more helpful. Is it here? Yeah. Okay. The organization. The organization is the organization. Nothing more, nothing less. Its formal name is something else, but even uttering that name is a death wish. For that reason, all who know of its existence call it simply the organization. Chunibyo category. So if you've never played or seen Steins Gate, well, you'll quickly pick up on what it's like. It's really cool. Anyway. I opened my eyes wide to match my shock tone. The girl turns toward me in surprise. I sigh, shaking my head as I rub my temples.
そうか。
I see.
それがシュタインズゲート
So
の
that's the choice of Steins Gate.
エル、サイ、コングル。
El Sai Kongru. I speak the parting words, then pocket my cell phone. Steins Gate. Some know it as fate. To others, it is the will of God. You could count on one hand the people in this world aware of its true nature. In any case, we should begin the infiltration. I advance towards Radican, which is just across the street from the train station. Of course, this is enemy territory. Yeah, I think it was just the sound effects, because I think everything else is a little quiet. Well, not this stuff. We can turn music and voices up a little. That's still not the right button. Okay. Of course, this is enemy territory. I can't just stride through the front door like an average person. I bypass the elevators and escalators and head to the 8th floor by the stairwell. But I only make it to the 7th floor before I have to stop and rest.
さっき携帯で誰と話してたの？
Who was that on the phone? The girl, Sheena Mayuri, immediately resumes our conversation. She followed me all the way here, and she isn't even short of breath. I, on the other hand, am gasping for air with my hands on my knees. Who would have thought an 8-story building would be so tall? I turn to Mayuri while wiping the sweat off my brow.
聞くな。それがマユリのためでもある。
If I told you, I'd have to kill you.
そうなんだ。オカリ、ありがとう。
Mayuri smiles happily and doesn't pry any further. As always, she's quick to understand my position. We've known each other since we were both little. Mayuri is 16, 2 years younger than me, so she's more like a little sister than a typical childhood friend. I've been looking out for her as long as I can remember. I used to hope that Mayuri might become the key to Steins Gate, but now I've reconsidered. I don't want that terrible fate for her. She should live a normal life. That is my present wish. We continue to the 8th floor and enter the assembly hall. In front of us stands a cheap-looking stage with a podium and a sign reading, Dr. Nakabachi's Time Machine Press Conference. Mayuri insists on calling me Okarin, but it's neither my real name nor my code name. It's just one of those annoying nicknames people use.
マユリよ、いつも言っているだろう。俺のことをオカリンと呼ぶなと。
でも昔からそう呼んでたよ。
それは昔の話だ。今の俺は
That was then. I have since become
Hououin
Kyouma.
狙われる狂気のマッドサイエンティストだ。
I love the voice acting. Hououin Kyouma. Alright, anyway.
だって難しくて覚えられないし。
But that's too hard to remember. Yeah, there's so many O sounds right in a row. O, in. In any case, Hououin Kyouma is my true name. I keep forgetting to click on that.
それに岡部倫太郎と一文字も合ってないよ。おかしいね。
Is there a faster? Yeah, it's F4. Okay. True name. The name that describes one's true essence. Soul name. Cease your foolish laughter. Okabe Rintaro might be my real name, but I have rejected it, for it is stupid. And so I also hate the derivative Okarin. Come on, it sounds like that elf voice blue pipe thing.
でね、オカリン、教えてほしいんだけど。
Can I ask you something? In one ear and out the other. She's been calling me that for 5 years now, so maybe it's time to give up.
これからここで何が始まるの？
お前はそれも知らずここまで俺についてきたというのか。
You followed me here without knowing why. Yep. Nice. She nods without dropping
こ
her
れからこ
smile.
こで始まるのはドクター中鉢の記者会見だ。
We're standing in the assembly hall on the 8th floor of Radican. It's here that the conference will be held. Dr. Nakabachi is an inventor. He appears on TV from time to time and has a few patients under his belt, but mostly he's treated as a curiosity.
記者会見？
Press conference.
記者さんなんて見当たらない気がするよ。
But where are the reporters? Mayuri's right. I've scanned the entire hall, but there's no one who looks like a reputable reporter or cameraman. There are only about 10 of us standing in the hall, including me. Considering Nakabachi's moderate media presence and the fact that he claims to have invented a time machine, I would have expected more.
あるいは機関による何らかの妨害を受けたのかもしれないな。
Of course, it's always the organization. I twist my lips into a sneer. I thought that Nakabachi was like me, a scientist fighting to overthrow the organization. But this press conference suggests other motives at work. Our enemies won't miss this chance.
巻き込まれるのは勘弁だがな。
I'd prefer not to get wrapped up in his mess. Nevertheless, I'm interested in what he has to say. That's why I'm here, blowing an afternoon of my precious summer holiday. Mayuri ponders my utterance for a while before finally turning her head.
巻き巻きトカゲ？
You wrap
それ
something.
を言うならエリマキトカゲだね。
Yes, it's definitely his birthday. I let out a sigh. Mayuri is known to not only make bad jokes, but to laugh at them too. She's always been special.
マユリ、気をつけろ。
Keep your guard up,
おそらくこ
Mayuri.
の記者会見、何
I
らかの
suspect
事
this
件が
won't be
起
a
き
normal count for... I didn't even finish my sentence. Are we under attack? Are they trying to fry our brains with electromagnetic waves? Electromagnetic wave. Waves that exhibit properties of both electricity and magnetism, first formally postulated by Maxwell in 1864. The electric field and magnetic field's oscillations cause them to mutually propagate each other, resulting in a wave that radiates through its surroundings. This is why it's called electromagnetic radiation. EM waves are divided by frequency into radio waves, infrared light, visible light, ultraviolet light, X-rays, and gamma rays. Which is just how all waves are divided. Whoops. I need to stop pressing that button. I'm gonna close the game by accident. That's a pretty cool science interlude. Uh-oh. Dust falls from the ceiling as the floor shakes. We're definitely under attack. It's coming from above, but we're on the top floor. All that's above is the roof.
地震かな？震度 2？ あ、マグニチュード 2？ 震度とマグニチュードってどう違うんだっけ？
No time to deal with Mayuri's confusion. Something's not right about this. I bolt out of the conference hall and run up the stairs to the roof, ignoring the no trespassing signs in my way. The door is open. Upon closer inspection, I realize that the lock has been broken. Oops. I open the door and see a billowing cloud of black smoke. There's some kind of phosphorescent dust sparkling in the air.
爆発だと。
An explosion! I can't believe it. Was there really an explosion? My heart is racing. Damn, I don't know what to do. Should I run away? But why an explosion? Terrorists? No, that doesn't fit. I mean, how do you explain that? What the? A strange machine is sitting in the middle of the roof. It's huge, maybe 3 meters tall. It looks kind of like a satellite. Did that thing cause the shaking just now? Who put it here? Was it Dr. Nakabachi? Is this part of his presentation? Impossible. Even if that were the case, how the hell would he get up in there? My head is bursting with questions. As I search for the courage to approach the machine, a throng of reporters and building staff burst onto the rooftop. They look just as confused as I am.
近寄らないでください。
Okay, 1 second. Sorry. I already messed with this earlier. But, just... okay. Good enough. Please stay back, everybody. And then a woman who I assume is a staff member appears to wave us
記者会
back.
見は予定通り始めますので、もうしばらくお待ちください。
Is she trying to hide something? Her response was unusually quick. Almost like she's trying to keep me away from that device.
これは匂う。陰謀の匂いだ。
I've got a nose for conspiracies, and this stinks of a cover-up. What are they hiding? What was that explosion? I want to know, but I shouldn't risk getting any closer. I turn and leave, but not because I'm scared or anything like that. Staff members lead us all back to the 8th floor. Mayuri is nowhere to be seen. She's not in the event hall either. I find her on the 7th floor. Several capsule toy machines are lined up next to a plate reading Birthplace of the Japanese PC. Capsule toy, also known as gacha. She's gazing upon them with a wistful look. I breathe a sigh of relief and take out my phone. It's me. I've got a bad feeling about this. Something's happening and I have no idea what it is. Oof. Okay. Is there a button to open the phone? I thought there was, but maybe not. Oh, it says Z and C. Okay. After I speak the words and hang up, I'm able to wipe the sweat from my forehead. The sweat is cold. Oh, that was the voice volume I was messing with earlier. Whoops. I was wondering why the music's still on. Okay. Let's just... There we go. And then put the voices back how they were. Actually, voices can be a little higher than that. There we go. Anyway. Sorry, that's a lot of messing with volume for one stream. Hopefully it's done now. My sweat is cold. Half of me hopes something will happen. The other half fears the same thing. Put away my phone and look back at Mayuri. She's still staring at those capsule toys. Oh, we never looked at what capsule toys are. Capsule toy. Category Otaku. A vending machine that dispenses small toys at random. One cannot tell what the toy is before opening the capsule. She doesn't seem to be worried about the explosion at all. I still can't decide if she's level-headed or just airheaded.
Mayuri, 何をしている?
Just as I thought. Mayuri points to a capsule machine. The sign on the front says, 9net Kakeru 3D Character Doll Series. 9net Kakeru is a popular anime series with its own card game spin-off, 9net Access Battlers. They even hold international tournaments. Well, let's see what it is. 9net Kakeru, Otaku, Fictional. A popular manga serialized in Loco Loco Comics. The third season of the anime adaptation is currently airing on TOTV. Although the series is ostensibly aimed at children, the realistic themes depicted also appeal to adults. More and more children are learning about the internet through this anime. It has reached the point where some scholars claim that children are better informed than their parents with regard to internet issues. Some people are even calling this new generation 9net children. Some politicians and organizations have strongly criticized the series for encouraging children to become hikikomori by idealizing boys and girls who are obsessed with computers. However, a majority of adults praise the series for teaching children about the possibilities of the internet morality, copyright infringement, and privacy protection. So it's like, what's that show called? Cyber Chasers or whatever? This has contributed to 9net's success. Although the series stimulates intellectual curiosity, it is not merely an educational program. As Kakeru battles terrorists in cyberspace, his techniques and programs are represented as virtual robots, while its enemies' viruses take the form of monsters. This makes the confrontations easy to visualize, with well-timed perspective changes depicting both the protagonist's techniques inside the computer and his friend's teamwork outside the computer. Nice. That sounds like it would be really cool, actually. Upa is the series' mascot character, who resembles an elliptical egg with limbs sticking out like some sort of deformed dog. Kinda like Pikachu. It's what they call an ugly cute character. Oh, never mind. High school girls find these creatures adorable for some reason. Last year, an ugly frog character was the rage. Its name escapes me though. Yeah, probably Pepe. Just kidding.
やればいい。ウーパが当たるかどうかは保証できないがな。
Yeah, it is random chance. That's how gacha works.
でもね、マユシーは今100円玉を切らしちゃっているのです。
But Mayoshi's all out of 100 yen coins. Mayoshi is what Mayuri calls herself sometimes. Aren't these back here like references to other games or visual novels? I don't know off the top of my head. But this definitely looks like it says Xbox 360. Anyway, according to her, it's supposed to have a... yeah, I don't know how to pronounce that. It's supposed to have an... at the end. Mayoshi style. But who really
だ
cares?
から、おかりんおかりん、100円貸して。
She holds her hands out with a look like a begging puppy. Looks like she was planning this from the very beginning. Well, at least she didn't say gimme.
黙ったれるな、マユリ。金若さん。俺がお前に人生の厳しさを教えてやる。
Ah, yes. I pull out a 100 yen coin, set it into the machine slot, and spin the lever. I remember this part.
ああ、
I open the capsule and take out the contents. Mayuri leans forward, eagerly. Sorry, I'll start that sentence over. Mayuri leans forward eagerly to see what I got.
ウーパだよ。しかもメタルウーパ。
それはレアなのか？
すごく。
Very rare. Metal Upa. While I examine the metal Upa, a boy who is watching us tries his luck on the same 9-net machine.
あ、普通のウーパだ。
Oh, a normal Upa. He looks at my metal Upa in resentment. I turn to see Mayuri's sparkling eyes also fixed on the Upa. Hey, high school girl. You're acting like a little kid.
ではマユリにくれてやろう。
Honestly, I don't want it.
本当？いいの？おかりん。
Hououin Kyoumaだ。
Hououin Kyouma.
ありがとう、おかりん。
She just ignores him completely. Is she doing it on purpose?
本日はドクター中鉢によるタイムマシン発明成功記念会見にお集まりいただき誠にありがとうございます。
Thank you all for coming to Dr. Nakabechi's Time Machine press conference. I hear the announcement from the floor
ど
above.
うやら始まるようだな。
Sounds like they're starting. I head to the stairs, but Mayuri doesn't follow.
行くぞ、マユリ。
待って待って。名前書かなくちゃ。
She's preoccupied with the metal Upa. I go on ahead.
それでは早速登場してい
Without
ただきま
further
しょう。
ado,
発明家ドクター中鉢さんです。皆さん盛大な拍手でお迎えください。
hooray. Dr. Nakabachi enters to sparse applause. He walks up to the podium. He's already wearing a frown for some reason. I can feel his irritation from here.
ドクター中鉢だ。どうぞよろしく。
He does look irritated. Nakabachi takes the microphone and begins to speak, his voice brimming with confidence.
それではここに集まってもらった諸君だけに人類史に残る世紀の大発明タイムマシンについての理論をお教えしよう。
My theory of time travel, the greatest scientific breakthrough of the century. This is gonna be me someday. Except that my theory is gonna actually...
タイムマシン？あの人が作ったの？
Did he really build the time machine? Mayuri appears after writing her name on the metal upa. Sorry, I cut myself off. This is gonna be me someday, except that I'm not gonna present it as time travel. Because technically, what my research is instantaneous space travel. It just happens to be the same thing. Mayuri appears after writing her name on the metal upa. She's a bit late, in more ways than one. What did you think a time machine presentation would be about? I take another look around the room. There are about 20 people now, including us, but still no media presence to speak of. So this is the extent of Dr. Nakabachi's fame. No one believes that he invented a time machine. I was interested in what he had to say, true, but my expectations were no higher than the rest of the onlookers. And a good thing they weren't. As he proceeds to explain his time machine design, my curiosity quickly turns to disappointment, then anger. My roar silences Nakabachi and draws the eye of every person in the room. Do you take us for fools? Who the hell are you? Who the hell am I? Who knows you? That's who. You stole your theory from John Titor. Well, now let's learn more about John Titor. A self-proclaimed time traveler from 2036 who appeared on an American internet message board in November of 2000. The internet went into an uproar, flooding the board with questions and debate. Titor posted pictures of his time machine and its control manual, as well as diagrams illustrating the time machine mechanics. He also disclosed information on near-future events, time travel physics, history intervention, the multiverse, timelines, and world lines. And then, 4 months after his appearance, he left a comment saying, "I will be leaving this world line shortly, and this will be my final post," and disappeared. That's kinda like me, I guess. And you call yourself an inventor? Someone throw this man out. Have you no shame? Shut your mouth, you little pest. Just then, someone grabbed my arm from behind. Quite convinced it's an official here to throw me out. I turn around to glare him down. Unhand me, you... Huh? Whoops, I didn't mean to scroll there. It's a girl about my age. Her intense stare seems to challenge me. I take a step back. Her face looks somehow familiar. Where have I seen her before?
Oh.
Oh, we haven't met, but I know her face. It's Makise Kurisu. A few days ago, my friend Daru showed me a magazine article titled "Girl Genius Gives Lecture in Akihabara." The article was about a 17-year-old girl who had just graduated from an American university. Her thesis was even published in a major scientific journal. Girl Genius, Makise Kurisu. I recognized the stubborn-looking girl from her photograph. She's even wearing the exact same scowl. What business could such a genius have with me? I mean, probably because you just yelled and interrupted the presentation, but whatever. She takes a quick look around the room, then turns back to me with a stern expression.
ちょっと来てくれませんか?
Could you come with me for a moment? What's with the attitude? She's obviously not staff, and there's no way that the Makise Kurisu would be working with... Oh, this is light gray. Oops, okay. There's no way that the Makise Kurisu would be working with someone like Dr. Nakabachi. Which means no.
貴様機関の
You're
人間
with the
か
organization.
は?
まさかここまで手が回っているとは俺としたことか
If their tendrils have gotten this far, then I've made a grave mistake.
ふざけてないで。ちょっと来てください。
My outburst has already attracted too much attention. Nakabachi in particular looks like he wants to rip my head off. It must be mortifying to be exposed as a fraud by a bright young man like myself. Anyway, I mustn't draw any more attention to myself. If the organization gets wind of my presence here, it could endanger Mayuri, to say nothing of these ignorant civilians. I let Makise Kurisu lead me out into the assembly hall.
ここで俺に何かすれば人目につくぞ
Try anything and people are sure to notice.
貴様もいろいろま
What
ず
will
いだ
your
ろ
superiors say then?
何かって何ですか? 人聞きの悪い。
He's so convinced. The protagonist of this game is funny because he's the type who just like fully commits to whatever he decides to believe. Attractive though she may be, there is no innocence in her eyes. A beautiful agent, unmatched in cruelty. My heart beats in exhilaration from the danger. Looks like chaos really does get my blood pumping. Heh. Heh heh.
私はあなたに聞きたいことがあるだけです。
I just need to ask you
そ
something.
れに答える義理はない
What makes you think I'll
機
answer?
関のやり方は
I
分
know
かって
how the organization operates.
だから機関って?
What's with this organization stuff? Instead of answering, I take out my phone and put it to my ear.
俺だ
It's
機
me.
関のエージェントに捕まった
I've been caught by an organization agent.
マキセ・クリスだ
Yes. It's
あんなに
Makise
気をつけろ
Kurisu. She's a dangerous one.
いや問題ないここは
No,
な
it's
んとか
fine.
切り抜け
I'll find a way to. I like how the phone's just clearly not on. Kurisu suddenly snatches the phone from my hand. What skill? I didn't have time to react.
何をする
What are you doing?
あれ? こ
Huh?
の携帯電源切れて
Your
る。
phone's off.
誰と話していたんですか?
Her eyes pierce deep into my soul. I quickly look away. She's good. Is she trying to attack my sense of identity in order to cause a mental break? Recover. This isn't enough to sway me.
貴様に答える義理はないが一応教えてやろうそれは俺以外が触ると自動的に電源がオフになる特別製の携帯なのだうわ
Ah, yes, of course. Such measures are necessary to maintain secrecy. I know things that could get me killed. I quickly retrieved my phone and wiped the cold sweat off my forehead. Whew, that was close.
そう。独り言だったのね。
So you talk to yourself. This is bad. Ordinary methods don't work on Makise Kurisu, the genius girl. On the contrary, she's the one psyching me out. Damn, looks like I'll have to make a tactical retreat. If I can just find an opening. Suddenly, Kurisu steps up to me with a serious expression. She stares right at me, her huge eyes blazing with the strength of will. Such fire. I can't look away. Could someone with such pure eyes really be an organization agent?
さっき私に何を言おうとしたんですか？
Earlier?
さっきとはいつのことだ？
What are you talking about?
ほんの15分くらい前、
About 15 minutes
会見が
ago.
始まる前に。
Well, that doesn't make sense. 15 minutes ago? Nonsense. This is the first time we've met. I was Mayuri and then Upatoy 15 minutes ago.
私に何か言おうとしましたよね。すごく悲しそうな顔をして。
Is this a trap? It does seem like one of the organization's dirty tricks. But would this girl do something that
まる
underhanded?
で今にも泣き出し
You
そう
looked
で。
like you were going to start
それ
crying
に
at
す
any
ごく
second.
辛そうです。どうして？
Why?
私前にあなたと会ったことありますか？
Have we met before? She seems sincere. That makes her even more suspicious. Oh boy, time for time travel shenanigans. That's right, don't let her beauty fool you. She's a cold, calculating secret agent. If I show the slightest vulnerability, I'm done for.
そういえば、なんで私の名前知ってるんです？
俺は全てお見通しなのだ。
My knowledge has no limits. I am a mad scientist, after all.
天才少女。次会う時は敵
Our
同士
next
だな。
meeting shall be as enemies.
さらばだ。うわ
The evil laugh is so good. This game is like 10 times better because of the voice acting. I spin around and take off down the stairs, ignoring her call to stop, like I'd listen to the enemy.
機関目。あれほどのエージェントを送り込んでくるとは。ついに本気になったようだな。
It must be serious if they're sending in agents like her. I run all the way down to the 4th floor and check behind me. Once I'm convinced Makise Kurisu's not tailing me, I sigh while rubbing my temples.
だが、俺はまだ奴らに捕まるわけにはいかんのだ。
But I can't let them capture me yet. It's really interesting, like the way that he deals with the world, pretty much, is by creating his own mythology. Well then, what do I do now? My mission was to attend the conference and evaluate Dr. Nakabachi's research. Now that I know he's a fraud, there's no real point in going back. I guess I'll just go home. But wait, aren't I forgetting something important? Let's see now, what is it?
ちぃ、マユリを置いてきた。
I knew she'd be a liability. I shouldn't have brought her along. I was trying to prioritize her safety, but got careless. I'll try calling her first. If she's alright, then I can just have her meet me here. Phone time. And it rings just as I do.
メールか？
An email? It's not just a regular email, there's a video attached. And it's from an unknown address. I opened the video file with some trepidation. This reminds me of my debut. There's nothing but noise. Is this a prank? Or some sort of Makise Kurisu style attack? Maybe the noise is some sort of make people go crazy frequency. Like Havana syndrome. No, wait. I don't remember giving her my mail address, so I'm probably just thinking too hard. I curse myself for being gullible enough to play the video. I have more pressing matters to deal with anyway. I stopped the video and called Mayuri's phone from my address book. It only has 5 contacts.
Mayuri, なぜ出ない?
Looks like I'll have to go back to the assembly hall. But things will get messy if I bump heads with Makise Kurisu again.
まさか、Makise Kurisme.
Don't tell me.
Mayuri をさらった
Did
な
that femme fatale kidnap Mayuri?
おのれ、それが機関のやり方か。
Leaving without Mayuri isn't an option. Call me overprotective, but she's like a little sister to me, and there's a very real danger that she might wander off somewhere the moment I let her out of my sight. Mayuri has always been like that. I never know if she'll be there when I turn to look. In a sense, that's why I became Hououin Kyouma.
戻るしかないか。
I have to go back for her. I wonder how you spell his name, because I think Ho is Phoenix in Japanese, because there's a Pokemon called that. When I get back to the assembly hall, Dr. Nakabachi's conference has just finished. Nobody is on stage, and the phony inventor has already left. The 20 or so memories of the audience are starting to pack up. I soon find Mayuri. She's in the corner looking lost. Well, at least she wasn't kidnapped. Even better, I don't see Makise Kurisu anywhere.
あの女、俺におじけづいたか。よかろう。今日のところは見逃してやるとしよう。
I'll let her go this time. Still, I keep my eyes peeled as I run up to Mayuri.
マユリ、なぜ電話に出ない？そろそろ帰るぞ。
Why didn't you pick up? We're leaving.
メタルウーパがいなくなっちゃった。
She turns to me with a forlorn
い
expression.
なくなった？
Ran away?
勝手に動き出したのか？
It's a
それは
lie.
実にファンタジーだな。
That's a little hard to believe.
どうしたみたい。
I see, so she was looking for it. Not like it really matters.
見つからないなら諦めろ。また
Forget about it. You can always get another
当
one.
たりっこないよ。だってね、メタルウーパはネットオークションで1万円近いプレミアがついてるんだよ。
Upwards of 10,000 yen online.
な、
Wait, what? That toy was worth that
マ
much?
ユリを一体どこで落としたのだ？
わかんないから探してるんだよ。あと、見つけても売らないから
Even
ね。
if we find it, you can't sell it, okay?
その1万円、この俺の研究資金にし
That
てやる。
10,000 yen will fund my research.
だから、売らないってば。
Said you can't sell it.
マユシ
It
に
even
名
has
前書いち
Mayashi's
ゃっ
name
た
on
し
it. Let's begin their search for the metal upa.
トゥッテルー、ウーパさん、ウーパさん、出ておいで。
Do-do-do. Mayuri tries calling its name. I don't know if she truly expects a response. By the way, do-do-do is Mayuri's catchphrase. It means... Actually, I've never bothered to ask what it means. Anyway, the metal upa is nowhere to be found. Maybe she didn't drop it in the first Maybe she didn't drop it in the assembly hall. I don't know where I got first from. But on the 7th floor landing, near the capsule toy machines. Another possibility is that someone with an eye for rare items pilfered it. Just imagining the smug grin on that person's face makes me writhe in envy.
おのれ、金にしか興味のない下劣なやつめ、恥を知れ。
He says as if he isn't planning on selling it. Sounds like you, Okarin. Yeah. Whoa, wasn't expecting that from Mayuri. was that?
悲鳴かな。
I think so. Only the presenter and a few other people are left in the assembly hall, including Mayuri and me. Less than half the audience remains. Everyone looks at each other anxiously, startled by the scream. Even I cannot suppress a shiver. First the explosion on the roof, now this. What's going on here? Mayuri squeezes my hand tight.
マユリ、ここにいろ。
I take a deep breath, prepare myself, and head in the direction of the scream. The echoes lead me down a dark, empty hallway on the same floor. I'm pretty sure it came from around that corner. I crouch down and turn the corner slowly, keeping my eyes and ears peeled for any sign of danger, and there at the end of the passage I see it. There's something on the ground. No. Someone. Motionless. Who is it? The clothes are familiar. It can't be. What? Makise Kurisu. Her face is turned away, but I know it's her. The impertinent genius girl I just fought with 10 minutes ago is now face down in a pool of bright red blood. She's dead.
Eh? なんで
No. But why? Suddenly I realize that I'm shaking. I want to run away. I shouldn't have come. This is wrong. Someone killed Makise Kurisu. There's no other explanation. Who would do such a thing? There's no one else here. I twist around in shock. Some other men have followed me, and every one of them is ghastly pale. They must have seen the body.
警察を呼べ
Call the police! A man cries out in panic. At this, everyone else starts screaming and running away. I follow them, of course. There's absolutely no reason to stay here. Concern for Makise Kurisu is superseded by my instinctive urge to flee. When I get back to the assembly hall, Mayuri is waiting for me with tears in her eyes.
オカリン、どうしたの？
What happened, Okarin?
出るぞ
We're leaving. I grab Mayuri's hand and run. I race down the stairs, trying to drive the image of Kurisu's dead body from my mind. But I can't. The redness of her blood is burned into my mind, more than the sight of the body itself. That was my first time seeing a dead body. Is this what it's like? When I realized that she was dead, I felt chilling terror and a surge of nausea. But that was all I felt. Fear and disgust. Shouldn't there be something more? I guess I just didn't know her that well. I finally stop. Once we get out to the main street. Chuodori. What does that mean? Word, used here as a suffix, meaning street. Okay. Cool. My chest pounds. My breathing labored from running down the stairs at full speed.
ねえねえ、 何があったの？顔色すごく悪いけど。
Mayuri doesn't seem to comprehend the situation. I guess it's because she didn't see the body. She's not even breathing hard. She looks slow, but she's actually pretty fast on her feet.
人が死
Someone
んでた。
died. Huh? I take several deep breaths. The color of that blood still stains my brain, but I've calmed down a bit. Makise Karisu is dead, and I don't know who the killer is. Sirens in the distance. I guess an ambulance will be here soon. Then the police will arrive, and this area will become a crime scene. But for now, the crowds milling through Akihabara have no idea what has happened. Everyone is going about their business as usual, the never-ending search for electronics, moe, and porn. Just another day in Akihabara. I take my phone out of my pocket, perhaps out of reflex. I'm not sure what I plan to do with it. Oh, I know. My friend Daru. I'll tell him what happened just now, since he knows about Makise Karisu. I suppose it might be disrespectful to the victim, but my adrenaline is pumping. I can't make calm decisions after witnessing something like that firsthand. That's how humans are, after all. We're not as special as we like to believe. At the end of the day, we're nothing but dirty slime-like flesh. Our souls fester. That's how we humans are. While wallowing in a bit of angst, I begin to type on my phone. Trouble. Someone stabbed Makise Karisu. Looked bad. Hope she's okay. Then he adds, don't know who before looked bad. I don't know if she was stabbed. That just seems like the most logical explanation, given the amount of blood and the absence of a gunshot. On the other hand, I didn't write that she was dead, even though I'm pretty sure she was. I can't exactly explain why I didn't. If I had to say, I guess I felt like writing it down would set it in stone. It might make me feel guilty as well. The thought brings a smirk to my face. It's not like I'm the one who killed her. Why should I feel guilty? I just saw someone's death up close and only a few minutes later I'm smiling. Am I really that cruel and cold? Well, I am a fiendish mad scientist, so it suits me. I finish typing and place my thumb over the send button. And then, I press down. What? What was that? Wait, look around.
消えた。
They're gone. Summer break. Noon. The busiest street in town. Just now, thousands of pedestrians vanished into thin air. Is this a dream? Am I hallucinating? I don't know. But they're gone. I saw them vanish with my own two eyes. I stand petrified, speechless, and alone on the empty street. Desperate to find someone, anyone, I look up. And there, at the top of Radikan, sticking out from the 8th floor event hall where we just were, is a crashed satellite. Or it could be the machine from earlier. Oh no, it's the same intro we already saw. Okay, I'm gonna skip this because I already saw it. Achievement unlocked, but I'm not sure what it says because it's kind of cut off.
そこの貴様。俺たちが見えているか？
Yeah, I can see you.
なぜ何も答えない？
Why won't you answer?
貴様に聞いているんだぞ。
I'm asking you a question.
モニターのそっち側にいる貴様にだ。
I did answer. I said I can see you.
間抜け面をしよってつまらんやつだ。貴様からだと俺たちはテレビのモニターの中にいるように見えるだろうな。だがそれは大きな間違いだ。モニターの中にいるのは貴様なのだよ。
For it is
貴
you
様
who
が
are
現実だと
inside.
思っているその世
Your
界は
reality is nothing
実は
but
全て虚
lies
構。
and shadows.
もちろん
Naturally,
貴様自身も
that includes you too. It's funny because anyone watching the stream, there's 2 layers of monitors. We have these people inside their monitor, Rintaro, Mayuri, and Daru, I think his name is. And then we have me, Crux Solarwynd, on the layer above that, with them inside my monitor, and me inside your monitor, the viewer. So that's funny. Anyway.
真の現実。
True
それはこ
reality
ちら
is on this
自
side of
分
the
が何
screen.
を指摘されているのかすら分かっていないか。
I don't
無
blame
理も
you.
ない。
Few are those who can handle the truth. That was pretty much like the intro, by the way. That whole thing.
まあいい。
But no matter,
貴様には
I
分か
shall
りやすく
speak in simpler
俺たち
terms,
のことについて
easy enough
説
for
明して
even
やろ
you
うではない
to
か。
understand.
まず、俺たちがいるのはどこかということだ。
This is the Future Gadget
こ
Laboratory,
こは東京
located in the
Akihabara
Akihabara district of
未来
Tokyo.
ガジェット研究所だ。俺たちは普段ラボと呼んでいる。
We call it simply the
世界
lab.
の支配構造を作り変えるという我が野望の拠点だな。
Our purpose is to shatter the system and plunge the world into chaos. The system. Oh, I didn't click on one of them. I'll do that first then. Moe. A word used to describe character traits that are cute or endearing. Includes flaws such as glasses, clumsiness, or ditziness. Also used to refer to the culture of entertainment, centered around characters who possess such traits. Pronounced Moe. The system. The system is the means by which the organization maintains its grip on humanity. Its full scope is too vast to comprehend, but suffice it to say that the system gives the organization influence over government, religion, media, culture, and science worldwide. Most people do not even know that their lives are controlled by the system. It is so deeply embedded in the fabric of society that modern civilization would not be able to function without it. Destroying the system, therefore, would plunge the world into chaos. And yet that's exactly what he plans to do.
そうなんだ。悪いことしちゃダメなんだよ、オカリン。
まあ入りは少し黙っていろ。
I guess that's part of being a mad scientist.
駅から出たら
Otherwise you'd just be a
中央通
regular
りを進
scientist.
み、末広町駅の交差点を蔵前橋通りへ左折。次の信号の一歩手前の路地を入ると、大檜山ビルという古臭い雑居ビルがある。その2階に、我がラボは今日構えている。
He's telling us exactly where his lab is.
目印は、ビル1階にある
On the first floor is a store of ill repute
というマニアッ
called the
クなテナ
Brown
ン
Tube
トだ。
Workshop. You can't miss it.
今時旧式のブラウン管テレビだけを扱っているショップだ。いかに電気街である秋葉原といえども需要があるとは思えない。寂れた店なのだ。
It is exclusively in CRT monitors of all things. Even in the heart of Akihabara's electric town, the demand for CRTs is practically non-existent. I guess unless you play Super Smash Bros. Melee.
だが、ブラウン管
But the
工房店長であ
proprietor
る天
of
王
the
寺と
Brown
いう
Tube
おっさんは、
Workshop,
このビル
Tennoji,
のオーナーでもある。
is also the owner of the building.
ゆえに、今や急ピッチで都市開発が進み、しかも高騰しているこの秋葉原であろうと、道楽丸出しの店を構えていられるというわけだ。幸いにもあの店長は、人を見る目はあるようでな。
But he
こ
was
の俺
no
のカリスマ
match
性を見抜き、ビル
for my
2階を
charisma.
丸々ワンフロア、ただ同然で貸してくれたのだ。ふわっはっはっはっは。だが、未来ガジェット研究所は深刻な人材不足のため、優秀な研究員を随時募集中だ。今のところ、所属研究員は、
At present, our researchers
オカ
are...
リンオカリン、そこはラボメンって言わなきゃ。所
I
属
was
研
saying lab
究員
membs,
じゃな
not
くて。
researchers.
ラボメン、すなわち、
Uh,
ラボラト
lab
リーメンバ
membs,
ーは、俺を含めて3
laboratory
人である。
members, are 3.
ラボメンナンバー001。ラボ創設者にして狂気のマッドサイエンティストであるこの俺、ホーイン・キョーマ。
Lab mem number 001, the insane mad scientist, Hououin Kyouma. I like how it's 001, as if they go up to the triple digits.
オカリンって呼び方の方が可愛いのに。
そしてコスプレが趣味のこう一
Next we have
点、
a resident
ラボ
cosplayer
メン
and
ナンバ
only
ー
female
002
member,
シ
Lab
ーナ
mem
マ
number
ユリ。
002, Shina Mayuri. Let's learn about cosplay. An abbreviation of costume play. To dress up in a costume, most often as a fictional character. People who cosplay are called cosplayers, which can be shortened to layers. No, it cannot. I've never heard that ever. Many cosplayers make their own costumes. Is this slang from the 21st century? Layers. This is 21st century slang I've never heard of. Anyway.
てってるー、マユシーです。着るんじゃなくて作るのが趣味だよ。
最後に、
And
ス
next
ーパ
we
ー
have
ハ
our
カ、
resident
ラボ
super
メンナンバ
hacker.
ー003、橋田至だ。
Lab mem number 003, Hashida Itaru.
スーパーハカーって呼ぶなよ。スーパーハッカーだろ、上皇。
Stop calling me that. It's super hacker, duh.
そんな我々3人で構成される未来ガジェット研究所の活動内容はそのものズバリ。詳細は我がラボの
For
ホームペー
details,
ジを見て
your lab's homepage. I like how this whole thing just turned into like an advertisement. Super hacker. A tremendously skilled hacker. Or at least someone who claims to be one. The threat, my friend's a hacker so he can easily find out who you are, often appears during arguments on the internet. People mockingly call the obviously non-existent hacker a hacker.
もちろん闇の支配権力と戦うための未来ガジェットが最優先事項だが、その研究から派生する副産物的な発明も
Weapons
多
for the
い
war with Dark Dominion.
というか、
But that
今の
research
と
has
ころは
spawned
そ
a
っち
number
ば
of
かり
offshoot
だ。
inventions. In fact, that's all it spawned.
すでに我々は8つの未来ガジェットを完成させた。だがこれはまだ序章でしかない。未来ガジェットのアイデアは俺の中に108まであるのだ。
That's a lot of
某テ
gadgets.
ニス漫画みたいにですね。わかります。
人の煩悩の数といえ、このアットチャンネルのめ。
It's the number of earthly desires and mortals, you @channel junkie. @channel. Fictional. Japan's most popular message board. Covers a wide variety of topics from hacking to cooking to anime to current events. I like how it specifies when things are fictional and when things are real, so that you can actually learn about the real world. Anyway.
それと 俺が話しているのだから口出しをするなと言っているだろ。
そもそもオカリン、さっきからなんで独り言喋ってんの？
独り言ではない。見
Can't
て
you
わから
see?
ないのか。
I'm talking
俺
to
は
the
今
person behind the
モニターの向こ
monitor.
うにいるこいつに話しかけているのだ。
あ、今その人、にやりって笑った。
おのれ貴様、何を笑っているのか。モニターの中の存在のくせに。
Green.
こっちみんなって言ってやれば？
Just say, don't look at me.
通じないんじゃないか
I don't
な。
think that's gonna work. On the internet, it is an unwritten rule to say this whenever you see an image of someone or something looking towards the camera.
俺たちに話しかけられていることに
It
すら気
appears
づ
our
いていな
attempts
いら
to
しいな。
communicate have
自
failed.
覚がないというのは実に不幸なことだ。
It's sad to see someone so deeply in denial of
そ
reality.
の人にしてみたら、マユシーたちがゲームみたいに見えてるのかな。
Maybe they think we're in the game.
そいつには現実なのかゲームなのかっていう発想さえないんじゃね？
I doubt it's even occurred to them.
じゃあ、ダル君の大好きな二次元の女の子たちもそうなの？
Got him.
それは別。あの子たちは僕の嫁だ
That's
から。
different. Those girls are my wives. ...2D girl. A female character in an anime, game, or manga. Or VTuber.
誰の嫁の話はどうでもいい。
Nobody cares about your ham.
でもさ、マユシの言ったことって興味深いテーマじゃん？もし仮に僕たちがゲームの中の住人だとした
What
ら、
if we're actually just
それを
characters
見
in the
極め
game?
る術はあると思う？
Any way we can know for sure? I like how it just gets extremely like this so soon. It's not actually breaking the fourth wall, you'll see in a second.
即答かよ。
Come
ゆ
on.
えに、そのような議論は不毛。
Such questions are
世界
meaningless.
の支配構
Our
造を
time
打
is
ち砕
better
く方
spent
法に
thinking
つ
of
い
ways
て
to
考
destroy
え
the
る方
system.
中二病、オツ。
Nice Chunibyo, bro. Chunibyo, category Chunibyo. Literally, 8th grade syndrome. A term referring to a mindset exhibited primarily by teenage males, also used as a derogatory term to refer to older people who still exhibit this mindset, characterized by an affected attitude of nihilism or cynicism, extreme self-centeredness, delusions of power or superiority, and a consuming fear of being treated as a child. The person exhibiting these symptoms believes that they are cool, but most observe them as pathetic. Chunibyo, which is often abbreviated Chuni, also refers to the fictional tropes that teenage males often enjoy, such as ancient conspiracies, superpowers, especially power sealed in a character's eye or arm, Norse mythology, battles for the fate of the multiverse, etc. The consummate Chunibyo case will work such elements into his own his own personal backstory. Okari is a textbook example. Interesting that it says Okarin. I wonder who writes these tips canonically. If anyone. Anyway, I step back from the monitor. Displayed on the screen is the ugly cute character Alpaca Man. This is a game called Alpaca Man 2, where you speak to Alpaca Man via microphone and watch him react. The game exploded in popularity when it was released 10 years ago, but personally I find only the ugly part of ugly cute to be true. I bought it yesterday, 500 yen used, headset included. I turned to daughter with a menacing glare.
黙れスーパーハカー。俺は
Shut
中
up,
二病ではない。
I'm no Chunibyo patient. I sweep my hair back and flash a devilish grin.
おーい。
Hououin Kyouma. Alpaca. A mammal, related to the camel. Average weight 50 to 55 kilograms. Average length around 2 meters. Habitat Peru, Bolivia, Chile. Recently, alpacas can even be found in America and New Zealand. Unlike camels, alpacas do not have humps. Their bodies are covered with fluffy fur. Due to their strangely long necks and charming faces, they have some popularity as an ugly yet cute, ugly cute, animal.
そういう設定っしょ。
That's your character's name, right?
誰
Oh,
の人との
Dario.
コミュニケーションの
Your
取れなさは
communication skills are beyond repair.
アニメのオフ会じゃ僕がいつも場を盛り上げてるっつうの。
Goes to plenty of offline meets, when members of an internet community meet in real life. This fat bespectacled guy is my brother in arms, and right hand man, Ashida Itaru, nicknamed Daru. He's a hardcore otaku. You can always find him in front of the computer playing games and watching anime. He has 2D wives on whom he cheats with 3D maids. I don't agree with his preferences, but to him, anything's fine as long as it's moe. Otaku, a term for people with an obsessive interest in a particular topic. Hobbyists most often refers to fans of anime, manga, and video games, but there are also train otaku, military otaku, electronics otaku, etc. Is it just me? Or is the music in the game loud again? I'm not sure. Oh, not that button. I should put a counter for how many times I've pressed that button, but I don't really remember anymore. He's the reliable and skilled partner who brings my ideas to fruition, despite his insistence that software is his forte. He shows remarkable aptitude with hardware as well.
針指に刺さった。
Over here, nursing a pricked finger, we have Shina Mayuri, a 16-year-old high school student, if you can believe it. I've known her since we were both small. She's also an otaku, nowhere near Daru's level though. This ditzy girl is in charge of the lab's official costume division for women, and today she's working on costumes at her usual leisurely place. Why does the Future Gadget Laboratory need costumes for women? It doesn't. The truth is that Mayuri is completely useless. Still, there's no way I could ever kick her out. After all, she was the first one to join the Future Gadget Laboratory. I still remember the day Mayuri first came into the lab. It was spring. She said to me,
マユシーはオカリンの人質だからここにいようと思います。
Well, that certainly was cryptic. But her offer was my salvation, for she was the first to join me on my magnificent quest. She saved me from a solitary life on the run from the organization. I will never forget her kindness. Mayuri doesn't have to be useful. Her being here is enough.
でオカリン、アルパカマンは反応したん？
Did Alpaca Man say anything?
いや、全然。
Nope, nothing. See, that's who he was talking to at the beginning. Whatever, I give up. Never again will I play this boring game.
この不愛想アルパカめが。
An antisocial alpaca. I curse his name and smack the TV. As soon as I do, the TV makes it sound like it's shorted, and then the screen goes blank. I change the channel. Nothing. Well, good thing you have a guy who sells CRTs right below you. Check the power cable. Nothing. Whack it again. Nothing. I guess it's broken. Damn. This crummy TV is on lease from the Brown Tube workshop downstairs. It's probably just old.
きっとね、アルパカさんが怒っちゃったんだよ。
Ah, that must be it.
後で修理できるか聞きに行かなければ。
I'm fed up with the humidity of Japanese summers. I stare at a conspicuous stain on the ceiling while fanning myself. I close my eyes. And what naturally comes to mind is that impossible scene I saw an hour ago.
消えた。
Okay, 1 second. Sorry, I'm gonna turn both these down a little. Anyway. They're gone. As I left Rarikan, everyone vanished before my eyes. I can't explain it. And it wasn't just the people in the street. The people in the stores. Gone. Restaurants gone. Even the cars vanished. Drivers and all. And it all happened in the blink of an eye. Suddenly an empty city spread before me. I could still hear the music from the stores, but those catchy melodies were the only sounds of life remaining. Heat was rising from the asphalt in waves, but I felt only a cold chill down my spine. I just stood there, breathless until...
どうかした？
Mayuri's voice brought me back to reality. Mayuri hadn't disappeared. She was right there, looking at me with questioning eyes.
今、人が消えたよな。消えただろ。今目の前で。
Panic took hold as the enormity of what had just happened struck me. Unable to control myself, I grabbed Mayuri by her slender shoulders and shook her.
マユリも見たか？見たよな。
Did you see it? You saw it, right? Mayuri's head flopped back and forth from my shaking.
見てない。
I stopped shaking her and looked straight into her eyes. She returned my gaze, with eyes clear as glass marbles.
見ていない。
You
見て
saw
いないのか。
nothing.
だってついさっきまでここにはたくさんの人たちが歩いていたんだぞ。
歩いてたかな。
There were.
それに店員まで消えている。こんなことはいくらなんでもありえない。
それは仕方ないと思うよ。
Her reply didn't make any sense.
とにかくね、最初からこの辺には誰もいなかったよ。あ、
It was like this when you got here.
オカリンは幻を見てたんだね。きっとこの暑さのせいだよ。トゥットゥルー。
I'm sure it's because of the heat. Doo-doo-doo. How could she laugh at a time like this? I always thought she was a bit strange, but maybe her brain is actually broken. I realized that she couldn't help me. With nowhere else to turn, I looked up at the bright blue sky. There wasn't a cloud in sight. The scorching summer sun shone bright through the gaps between Akiba's buildings. Naturally, my eyes drifted to the top floor of Rarikan, where I had been just a moment before. There it was, an enormous machine like some kind of satellite, embedded in the roof of the building where, not 5 minutes before, I had found Makise Kurisu's body in a pool of blood. What happened to her? Just before everyone disappeared, I could have sworn I heard an ambulance siren. Makise Kurisu might still be in that dark, narrow passageway, cold, bloody, and alone. The thought disturbed me, but the question at the forefront of my mind was,
そもそもあの人工衛星は一体なんだ。
Right before Dr. Nakabachi's presentation, the building had shaken like a bomb, had exploded. The roof door lock had been broken, and beyond it someone had placed a satellite-like machine, shrouded in smoke and glowing dust. When I first saw it, the satellite was on the rooftop, but that's not what I was seeing now. The satellite had penetrated to the top floor of the building, obliterating the room where Dr. Nakabachi's press conference had been held. It must have fallen out of orbit without burning up in the atmosphere somehow. I knew it was crazy, but what other explanation could there be? The real question was, when did that happen?
前よりあの人工衛星だが
About the satellite.
びっくりしたね。
What a surprise, huh?
びっくりした
What do you mean? What was the surprise?
ドカーンってすっごい音がしたもん。
Made a huge kaplow sound. A huge kaplow. You certainly did make a sound. Can't I open the phone somehow? Huh. It says Z and C, but those don't work. Not that button. But I don't think it was kaplow. I'd say it was more like zzz.
あの人工衛星は落ちてきたのか
来たのかな。宇宙人さん乗ってるのかな。
Do you think any aliens were on board? Had I lost my mind? What I had seen didn't match at all with what Mayuri was saying. Is this Higurashi when they cry, chapter 3? Suddenly nothing seemed real.
そこの君たち
Hey, you two. Just then, a uniformed policeman ran up to us. His expression
ここで
stern.
何をやってるんだここらは今立ち入り禁止だすぐに出て行きなさい
ごめんなさい。
それより制服警官さん仮にあなたを警官 A と名付けるが一つ聞きたいことがあるんです
First, my good man, let's call you Officer A. I have one question.
警官 A って
Officer A.
今ここで数千人の通行人が一瞬で消えたんですあなたも見ましたよね
You saw it too, didn't you?
見ていないいいから早く出て行け
What are you talking about? Get out of here. I was quickly losing confidence in my own memories. I decided to tell him about Makise Kurisu and get him to call an ambulance, but before I
さ
could...
っきから何をバカなことばかり言っているんだ
Look, I don't have time for your nonsense. The policeman took me by the upper arm and said, No one got stabbed at Radicon. I'm gonna see something because I don't know how to open the phone. Huh. Well, that doesn't really help. Because this is just gonna say Z and C. I don't have a controller. Not that button. I really should put a counter. I think I've clicked it at least 10 times by now. No one got stabbed at Radicon. What? How could you say that with such certainty? While I was still trying to comprehend the situation, the policeman forcefully led us away. We were escorted to UPX and released. There were people at UPX like usual. What is UPX? Fictional. A major office building in Akihabara. Actually, there were far more people than usual. The place was packed. Just as Officer A had said, Chuodori had been blockaded by police so nobody could enter. There was nothing we could do, so we headed back to the lab. And that brings us to the present. I'm baffled. Did the whole hour since the beginning of Nakabachi's presentation really happen? I check online for any news. The net is buzzing about the mysterious machine that crashed into Radicon. All of the major stations in Tokyo, even To TV, are running special bulletins about it. To TV. Fictional. A television network based in Tokyo. ToTV airs more anime than other commercial television networks, making it a favorite among otaku. When a major news story breaks in Tokyo, most stations interrupt regular programming to deliver a special bulletin. ToTV is the exception, which has given rise to the joke, if ToTV cuts to a special bulletin, the apocalypse is nigh. Yeah, just like when Waffle House closes. All of the stations, even ToTV, are running special bulletins about it. Fortunately, it doesn't look like anyone was hurt, but Chuodori is still closed off. Akihabara Station was jammed with reporters and curious onlookers. Nobody has mentioned anything about the disappearance of thousands of people from Akiba streets, nor about Makise Kurisu's murder. It's all a mystery. A mystery? I see. So that's it. From the sofa I spring to my feet, a wide grin on my face. Daughter and Mayuri turn and stare. This is all an elaborate cover-up by the organization. Their influence has corrupted local law enforcement, which means our entire government may already be under their control. My God. Jesus Christ, it's chasing porn. And
俺の目はごまかせんぞ。いつか必ず奴らの所業を暴き、その支配構造に終止符を打ってやる。
Having come to a satisfactory conclusion, I take a celebratory bottle of Dr. P, my favorite soda, from the fridge. Dr. Pepper. The lab has no air conditioning. Ice cold drinks are essential.
頭脳労働の後のドクターペッパーは相変わらず最高にうまいな。
See, he says Dr. Pepper in Japanese. Anyway. Elixir intellectualis. A drink fit for a genius.
コーラの方がよくね？
オカリンは本当にドクターペッパーさんが大好きだよね。
この知的飲料の良さがわからないやつは人生の5分の1を損しているぞ。うわはははは。
Any Dr. Pepper lovers in chat? Dr. Pepper gang? Step through the curtain dividing its center, and you'll enter the heart of the Future Gadget Laboratory, the development room. Just as the name implies, this is the room where we develop future gadgets. Needless to say, it is strictly off limits to outsiders. Yes, I know the setup is cheap. I would much rather have an airlock than a curtain, but our research budget is already scraping the bottom of the barrel. Besides, what's important isn't money, it's ambition. I poked Daru and bid him to follow me into the development room. All of the windows here are weather stripped with packing tape, so it's dim and hot, almost like a sauna. I've been wanting to buy an air conditioner for the lab, but there's no money for that. We're currently accepting donations. Upon entering the development room, I pick up the lab coat that's lazily draped on the chair and put it on. I always wear a lab coat in the development room, for practical reasons, as well as symbolic ones. Daru, however, refuses to wear his. I feel like the music keeps getting louder, but maybe it's just me. Okay. He can't be bothered to do anything that doesn't interest him. It's men like him who give our generation a bad name. His lab coat, purchased from my own pocket money, I might add, just sits on the shelf. It's never been worn and probably never will be.
Daru, 計画は順調に推移しているか?
Daru, is the plan progressing smoothly?
計画って何ぞ?
What plan? Daru gives me a blank look. I sigh and turn its attention to the table in the middle of the room. Sitting majestically on top of the table is a commercial-grade microwave oven. It's significantly larger than the newer home models.
計画は計画だ。8号機の調整以外に何があるというのか。
Obviously, I'm talking about perfecting gadget number 8. Microwave oven. A cooking appliance which eats... Yeah, you guys know what a microwave oven is. Consumer grade output is around 500 to 1000 watts, and commercial grade output is around 1500 to 2000 watts. 2000, I guess. People don't really say 2000.
Ah, そのこと。いきなり計画とか言うから何事かと思った。
Oh, that. How was I supposed to know what you meant?
そろそろお前との付き合いも3年半ほどになる。
We've known each other for what, 3 years now? We went to high school together. Now we're going to the same university. We share an inseparable bond, like prison cellmates. He's only been a lab member for 2 months though. Oh, okay, so I can't open the phone like that. Let's change the settings. I'm gonna make it look like this, because it's cooler. That doesn't look like it changed anything though. Oh, there we go. Inbox, I have the weird video again. And then outbox. Huh. See, there should have been a message to Daru from earlier. But there's not. Which means it probably didn't happen. That's what I've been trying to check this whole time, but I didn't know how. Daru, phone wave, Paris, Mairi, Lukaku. I don't know who this or this or this are. E. I can't click on E. Oh wait, I don't want to be in skip mode. Okay. Alright, so it just pauses the game when I open the phone. Interesting. We went to high school together, and now we're going to the same university. We share an inseparable bond like prison cellmates. He's only been a lab mate for 2 months though.
高2の時はクラス別でほとんど喋んなかったじゃん。だから実質2年半じゃね？
細かいことはどうでもいい。それほどの付き合いの長さなのだから、いい加減俺の会話についてこられるようになってくれ。
それは無理。
Nope. Man, all I wanted to do was have one of those cool cryptic conversations where we talk about plans and preparations and other important sounding stuff, but no one knows what it means except us. Shout down again.
それで、8号機の不調の原因究明は進んだか？
いや、まだ。
Not yet. So far, the Future Gabbert Laboratory has completed a total of 8 inventions. As I explained to Alpaca Men, the lab's primary goal is to develop weapons for the war against the Dark Dominion, led by the organization that rules the world from the shadows. At present, we haven't completed any inventions of that sort. On the contrary, we haven't even figured out what we should make. But along the way, we've managed to create some ingenious futurish gadgets as a byproduct of our research. It is a fundamental truth of science that great inventions are often created by accident. In other words, serendipity. Allow me to introduce our glorious future gadgets. Let's read about serendipity first. The ability to discover something valuable when looking for something else, The microwave oven was born through serendipity. Gadget number 1, the bit particle gun. Gadget number 2, the bamboo helican. Gadget number 3, could this be Ora Ora? Gadget number 4, Moed Snake. Gadget number 5, once again I've made a worthless object, by Goemon. Gadget number 6, the Syalume Saber. Gadget number 7, Ghost in the Ball. They can all be seen on the website Diamond, so feast your eyes upon the product of a mad scientist genius. Okay, let's look at them. Number 1, Bit Particle Gun. The very first future gadget, a toy ray gun with a TV remote jammed inside. You can change channels by pointing it at the TV and pulling the trigger. However, the only supported button is Channel Plus. No other buttons, like volume, are usable. To turn the TV on, you must manually flip the channel on the TV. Its name is a reference to the classic Japanese robot anime, Mobile Jacket Gundam. Gundam, I'm guessing. But, you know, copyright. Future gadget number 2, Bamboo Helican. A CCD camera mounted to a bamboo toy helicopter. The camera is attached to the helicopter's fulcrum, allowing it to record aerial footage unpowered. However, the image is rotating at high speed, so you might get dizzy if you keep looking at it. Name originates from the sci-fi manga 22Emon. It's just, that's really funny actually. Could this be Ora Ora? It's a could this be a JoJo reference? A lie detector based on thumb perspiration, though it might be more appropriate to call it a sweat detector. You have to admit it's a pretty clever invention. Its name is a reference to the classic manga, Juju's Bizarre Adventure. Ah yes, I love Juju's Bizarre Adventure. Also, this is a reference to that scene with Bucciarati and Giorno, I think. Anyway, Moen Snake. Future gadget number 4, an instant super humidifier. Uses electric heating coils to quickly boil a large volume of water, which generates enough steam to fill a room of 12 square meters, though it can only be operated continuously for a few seconds. It looks like a Claymore landmine, which appeals to military otaku. Its name is a reference to the stealth action game Metal Moa Solid Rising. Oh, okay. So it's like Metal Gear Solid Rising, but, you know, once again, copyright. Speaking of once again, anyway, once again I made something worthless by Goemon. Future gadget number 5, created by combining a dryer and a vacuum. The dryer is operated using the exhaust of the vacuum. Its name is a reference to the popular anime Lupin the Third. Alright, Syalume Saber. Diphenyl oxalate saber. Future gadget number 6, a red chemical glow stick with a handle attached, allowing one to grip it like a sword. Made possible not just with the Future Gadget Laboratory hardware, but also with chemical knowledge, inspired by Spark Wars, a series of epic sci-fi movies, which is Star Wars. They basically made a lightsaber. Then Ghost in the Ball, which is Ghost in the Shell. Mobile armored riot camouflage ball. Future gadget number 7, a gadget created by arranging 12 6-inch CRT monitors in a sphere. Small CMOS cameras are installed in the gaps between the monitors, each connected to the monitor on the opposite side of the sphere. This attempt at a practical optical camouflage is the greatest masterpiece among the completed future gadgets, but its sheer size makes it difficult to store. So, its name derived from the sci-fi manga Ghost in the Husk, which has an anime adaptation. So what is it? 6-inch CRT monitors in a sphere, and then cameras in between it. Oh, so it's supposed to be an invisible 360 camera. That's kind of cool. all things considered. Anyway, our current problem is future gadget number 8, the phone wave. Name subject to change. Oh, phone wave. Wait, that's not the button I meant to press. Yeah, phone wave. I don't know. Oh, right. I remember now. Okay, that's why you can call the phone wave. Phone wave is a pretty weak name, so I've added name subject to change to the end until we come up with something better. For the record, it was Mayuri's idea, not mine. When a future gadget is completed, the three of us discuss what to name it. I prefer names based on mythology, or names with hidden meanings, that need extra explanation to understand. Downer thinks my naming style is too ridiculous. He just doesn't have a passion for words like I do. Mayuri can't be bothered to remember difficult names. She says they don't fit in her head. And so our opinions on gadget names are always split. But I digress. The phone wave name subject to change is, in short, a remote-controlled microwave. You put food in the microwave before you leave, then on your way back, call the attached cell phone to start the heating process. Voila! Hot food ready for your arrival. So it's basically a piece of junk. A few days ago, however, we discovered that the phone wave, name subject to change, has a second, unintended capability. Our brave, or possibly just ditzy Mayuri, had made it her daily routine to heat some frozen fried chicken by remote control. Long story short, she was defrosting her beloved juicy chicken number 1, as usual, when the unexpected happened. The chicken came out more frozen than when she'd put it in. The microwave refroze the chicken. Since then, Daru and I have been searching for the cause.
マユシがやった状況を再現して何度も実験したけど、冷凍できたりできなかったりだし、バナナを冷凍してみようとしたらさらにへんてこなことになったし、さっぱりわかんねえ。
I just don't get it. Daru, now looking completely fed up with the heat, starts fanning himself with his shirt. I know what he means by really weird. Let's see if we can't make it happen again.
マユリここにバナナを持て
Bring forth the bananas.
またゲルバナ作るの？
Are you gonna turn them into gelbanas again?
前から気になってたけどさ、マユシ。
That's been bugging me,
ゲルバ
Marushi.
ナって略さ
Can
な
you
い
just
でくん
stop
ない？
calling them gelbanas?
だってね、ゲルバナはゲルバナだもん。
But gelbanas are gelbanas. I take the bananas from Mayuri and stick the whole bunch into the phone wave name subject to change.
なんでいつも一房丸ごと入れるの？
ケチケチしていては機
This
関との戦
stinginess
いに
could
勝利
cost
する
us
こ
the
となどできん
battle
ぞ
with the organization.
勝たなくてもいいよ。
That's fine
あの
with me.
ね、バナナはマユシ
Mayushi
ーが
always
買ってき
buys
てるんだ
the
からね。
bananas.
おかげでマユシ
And
ー
now
はちっ
Mayushi
ともバナ
can't
ナ
eat
が食べられ
a
ませ
single
ん。
one.
次からは一本ずつ
Next
使う
time
こと
I'll
も
only
検
do
討してお
one
こう
banana. But I already put the whole bunch in, so I ignore her hungry complaints. The phone wave name subject to change is simple to use. It's a microwave with a phone taped on. The number is already in my address book. I just need to call the phone wave. Now where did I put my phone? I check my pants and coats pockets. Now where did I put my phone? I check my pants and coats pockets. I think it keeps doing that until I open the thing. I'm connected.
RENG こちらは電話レンジかっこ仮です。
This is the voice of Mayushi Guidance, the system daughter program to operate the phone wave.
マユシーの声聞こえてきた？
少し黙れマユシーガイダンスが聞こえなくなる
こちらからタイマー操作ができます。
You can operate the
シ
timer
ャ
from
ー
this
プボ
menu.
タンを押
After
した
pushing the
後、
number button, please enter the
温
heating
めたい
time in
秒数
seconds.
をプッシュしてください。例えば
For For example, press number 60 for 1 minute.
60 2分なら
For 2 minutes, press pound 120.
120
Entering the command properly will cause the phone wave name subject to change to function like a normal microwave. Instead, we're going to deliberately mess up and enter 120 pound. Oh, this is cool. That should do it. The method was originally a simple mistake on Mayuri's part, but it somehow starts the freezing process. The phone wave name subject to change comes to life. The turntable begins to rotate.
綺麗なターンテーブルだろう。普段
It's even spinning
逆
backwards.
回転
Backwards? I never noticed that.
そこに重大な意味があるかもしれない。漁師の振る舞いにも影響してくる問題であり、奮闘の規
That
則を
might have
導入
serious
して
implications. If we look at quantum critical behavior driven by Hund's rule.
あるわ。ねえ。
Yeah, no. Hund's rule. The rule governing the placement of an atom's electrons. Orbitals of the same energy are each filled with one electron of the same spin before any are filled with the second. Also known as Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity. That's just basic chemistry. Anyway, yeah, no.
ないか。
ない
Not
ね。
Hund's rule? No.
そうか。
Okay. The three of us wait and stare at the spinning bananas. After 120 seconds pass, the microwave chimes. Mayuri takes the bananas out.
ゲルバナの出来上がり
Galbanas are ready. The bananas have become not bananas, gelatinous blobs, coated with a thin membrane. After Mayuri discovered that the phone wave name subject to change had a freezing function, we attempted to freeze a bunch of bananas. This is what happened. It just gets more confusing each time.
ダルよ。このバナナ、食べてみようとは思わないか思うはずだ。我らの理念達成の犠牲となり散ったダルに、敬礼
I just noticed on the table there's a can of 9 Up. Your sacrifice will forever be remembered.
すげえまずそうじゃん。
They look really nasty.
味は関係ない。食べることに意味があるのだ。
What matters is that you eat
遠慮
it.
することはな
So
い。
come on, Daru.
骨は拾ってやるから思い切って続いと行くがいい。
Break a leg or a stomach and go for it.
いらね
No way.
ではマユリ、お前にその名誉を譲
Mayuri,
る。
the honor shall be yours.
なんかね、ゲルバナは中身がデロデロでブニュブニュだったよ。
Wait, she already tried
味
one.
もしないし、全然美味しくなかった。
デロデロでブニュブニ
Droopy,
ュ。
droopy, soft and squishy. Daru, what do you think?
ブニュブニュバナナか。ブニュブニュのバナナ。マユシ、
Bah.
あなたのバナナ、ブニュブニュだねって言ってみて。
Nope.
ダルくん、ダルくん、鼻血出てる。
いいから言ってみてください。お願いします。
あなたのバナナ、ブニュブ。
言わせるな、低能学
Bonk. Daru retreats after I hit him with a tissue box. Mayuri looks at us with an innocent smile. She doesn't get it, obviously. Anyway,
ゲル状になったということは反固形。
they're gelatinous, a semi-solid state of
分
matter.
子同士の
In
結
other
びつき
words,
が弱く
there's
な
a
ってい
possibility
る可
that
能
the
性がある。
intermolecular bonds were weakened. What could have partially liquefied the bananas?
そうか。わかったぞ。
Got it. I turn to the whiteboard and write, freezing, in the middle. Then I cross it out and slap the board with my
俺
hand.
たちは冷凍機能だと思い込んでいたが、実は違ったのだよ。
It's actually something else. A bold statement if I do say so myself. So why isn't anyone
さあ、お
surprised?
前たち。な、
Now's the
なん
time
だ
to
って
shout. What
と
do
叫
you
ぶがいい。
say?
ここは叫ぶところだ。
Come on, don't be shy. The reactions are pathetically weak. Mayuri probably didn't even understand half of what I
冷凍
said.
機能じゃないのは分かってるっつうの。
We already knew that. Oh.
問題は、じゃあこの機能って何ぞ？何が起きてんの？ってことじゃん。
That feels like Ace Attorney when you choose a dumb option and then the judge is just like, why? You know? Except I didn't even choose it, it's just that's how the dialogue is. It's like, the freezing is actually not freezing at all. It's like, we already knew that. Oh. And then Phoenix would get penalized. Anyway.
冷凍の逆なら解凍じゃないのかな。
実に愚鈍な意見だな、マユリ。
What a silly
それでは普通
question.
の電子レンジと同じではない
What
か。
you're describing is just a normal microwave.
じゃあどういうこと？
それが分かんないから悩んでるんだお。
He's right. To be honest, I haven't a clue. In any case, there's nothing we can do about it now. It's time for Daru and I to head to Daibiru. Daibiru, fictional. A skyscraper with offices and a commerce center that opened up alongside UPX in 2003, connected to UPS by overpass. There's going to be a seminar at ATF, and we have to be there. It's part of our studies at Tokyo Denki University. ATF, fictional, short for Akihabara Techno Forum. A meeting hall, located inside Daibiru. Several universities and research institutions hold special seminars here. Summer credits, basically. We have to attend the seminar and write a report. Come to think of it, what's today's seminar about again? I looked it up before the summer holiday began. I should have
ご覧
written
く
it
ださ
down.
い。秋葉原駅前のビルに謎の巨大物体が墜落しています。現在、警察による規制が敷かれ、ビルの前まで行くことはできませんが、遠くから見る限りでは、墜落した物体は人工衛星のように見えます。
Right here. Oh wait, the phone's ringing. You've got mail. You know, I'm really sad about dropping my Upa. It's worse than last year when I missed buying Fatty Gara Froggy. I feel your pain. That thing was worth a fortune. Our precious research funds. Ores? I don't know what that means. Sure, send. Mail sent. So that's something really cool about this game, is I'm pretty sure, like, you know how a lot of visual novels have choices? The choices in this game are based on the phone. Anyway, as we cross the overpass that connects UPX and Daibiru, I look down to see a huge crowd of people moving through the plaza. There are even some garishly dressed young men and women, the sort you don't usually see around Akihama. Everyone is walking towards the main street, which is still cordoned off.
ダルはラジカンに見物に行かないのか？
Daru, aren't you going to check out Radican?
どうせ言っても
Well,
見
he
られ
takes
ないっ
up
しょ
most。of the screen.
もちろんネットに上がってくる情報にはほぼ目を通してるのだぜ。アットちゃんのスレ数100超えたし、勢いすげえ。
I just realized he calls it @chan. It's like 4chan @channel. Oh, so that's why he was staring at his phone earlier. Or 2chan. We entered Daibiru and take the elevator to the 5th floor ATF assembly hall.
あー涼しい。生き返るぜ。あばばばば
Unlike
ば
the
ば
lab,
ばばば
Daibiru
ば。
has air conditioning. Yet another reason for a diligent participation in the seminar.
電話レンジかっこ仮の件だが、俺は答えを導き出したかもしれん。
About the phone wave name subject to change. I might have found our answer.
そのカッコ仮ってめんどいからいい加減やめるべき。
You know, that name subject to change thing is really annoying. I won't give in that easily. Even if no other lab members use name subject to change, I will carry on until the day we decide its true name.
そんなことは今はどうでもいい。
Now's not the
お
time.
得意のとんでも理論でもひらめいちゃったん？
So what's your latest ridiculous theory?
何を言うか。
What do you mean
俺
ridiculous?
はいつも
My genius
こ
brain
の世の
considers
真羅
every
万象すら
possibility,
超越した。
even those
あ
a
らゆ
lesser
る可
mind
能
would
性
say
につい
break
て
the
思
laws
考を
of
巡ら
nature.
せているのだ。とんでもとか言うな。
神羅万象を超越って、つまり何でもありってことじゃね？理論ってレベルじゃねえぞ。
I mean, he's kinda got a point.
ダルよ。電話レンジかっこ仮はシュタインズゲートを開く鍵だという気がするのだが、どう
I have a hunch that the phone wave name subject to change may be the key to opening Steins Gate. How's that?
そのシュタインなんとかってところからして意味不明なわけだが。
Steins what? You lost me back at ridiculous, man. A chime signals our arrival to the 5th floor. The elevator doors open slowly. As we step out of the elevator... Ah! I bump into someone. I quickly grab the person's shoulder to keep them from falling.
すいません。
It's a girl, and I recognize her. You, impossible. Chills run down my spine. I stare at her face in disbelief. I saw this girl just 3 hours ago. Makise Kurisu.
何か。
Kurisu frowns and tries to back away. But I don't let go of her shoulder. My grip tightens. Ow.
貴様
You.
貴様は死んだはずだ。
You
なぜ
should
こ
be
こに。
dead. Why are you here?
しかも
And you're even... There isn't a single bloodstain on her clothes. And they're the same ones she was wearing when I found her. Only a serious wound could have produced that much blood. Yet as far as I can tell, she's completely uninjured.
無傷。
Not a scratch.
痛い。
Hey, that hurts. Let me go. Kurisu pushes me away. Then she shoots me a wary glare. I realize that I'm gaping in disbelief.
何なの？
What's wrong
無
with
事
you?
だったのか。怪我は平気なのか。いや、そん
But
な
that's
はずは。
impossible.
マキタ・クリスは何者かに刺されて血まみれで。
またその話かよ。
That again. Daru interrupts. Wait, there's something strange about what you just said.
またその話とは
What do you mean
どういう
again?
意味だ。
だって1週間前にも僕に
You
そんな
sent me
メール
that
送
email
って
like
き
a
たじゃ
week
ん。
ago, right? What? There's so much time travel nonsense going on right now.
メール
I
俺が
sent you an email.
何よバカだ。
Don't be
マキ
ridiculous.
テ・クリスが殺さ
I
れてい
saw
るのを
her
見たの
dead
は
just 3
ほんの
hours
3
ago.
時間前だぞ。
ちょっと勝手に殺さないでくれますか？私ピンピンしてますんで。
そういえばあのメール変な感じだったな。送信日時が1週間後になってた。つまり未来から来たっつうか。
未来から来た？
ネットで妙な考察サイトでも見たのかダル。 お前がとんでも理論を言い出すとは珍しい。
違うがな。確かにメールの日付は1週間後の28、あ、そっか、28日だから今日じゃん。
Daru pulls out his phone and shows it to me. He's right. The email was sent from my phone. He received it on July 21st at 12:56. But it was sent on July 28th at 12:54. It was split into 3 mails. Someone stabbed. Bed Makiseke. Urisu, don't. Why did I send such a short message in 3 parts? And it looks like the third email got cut off. I do recognize the content though.
これは3時間前に誰に送ったメールだ。
But I sent 1 mail, not 3. And there should be more text. Did Daru really get this a week ago?
興味深いわね。
Interesting. Suddenly, Kurisu is standing next to me, peering intently at the screen of Daru's phone. Oh, right. The email's not important. Well, maybe it is, but not right now. The real question is, why she's still alive? Is she an illusion? No. An evil spirit? Am I haunted? I don't believe in such unscientific dribble. I am a mad scientist! I timidly reach out to Kurisu's face. My fingertips stroke her hair. Feels silky. Quite the cuticles.
ある。実体が
Substance.
ある。やはり幽霊だというのは考えすぎか。
オカリン、まずくね。
Bruh. I poke Kurisu's cheeks with my fingers. Such softness, dead bodies don't feel like this. Not that I've ever touched them.
おい。
Hey. Wait a minute. We already touched when I bumped into her coming out of the elevator. I even grabbed her shoulders before being pushed away. And I still doubted that she had substance. That's just proof of how confused I am. If she's alive, then what did I see back at Radicon? What was that scream I heard? Were they hallucinations, just like that mass disappearance? That's right, she was stabbed. Maybe she's just hiding her wounds. This requires further investigation. I grabbed the hem of her blouse and slowly lifted it.
己は警
Are
察
you
に
trying
突
to
き
get
出され
yourself
たいのか。
arrested?
俺は真実を知りたいだけだ。
I stare straight back at Kurisu as she trembles with anger, and lift her blouse a little higher.
何が真実よ、この変態。
What truth?
バカなの？死ぬの？
Die? She pushes my
ル
hand
イスちゃ
away.
んの名台詞。来たこれ。
Louise-chan? Fictional. The main heroine of the anime, The Familiar of Ten, a tsundere. Her voice actress is the Queen of Tsundere, Sugimiya Rie, nicknamed Sugyu. Okay. Tyler shouts something silly, but I ignore him and press Kurisu.
俺は確かに見たのだ。
I know what I
まさ
saw.
かあんた、今、私の下着を。
Kurisu's face turns bright red. She firmly pulls her blouse
この
down.
手の目がそうでは
No,
ない。
you fool. Not that. Earlier this afternoon, after Dr. Nakabachi's presentation, someone killed Makise Kurisu and left her in a pool of blood. I carefully explain everything that I saw.
ドクタ
Wait,
ー、中鉢。
オカリン何言ってるん？
what are you talking
中
about?
鉢の
Okay.
発表会なら中止になったじゃん。
中止？
Cancelled?
人工衛星の墜落で。
Something's wrong. Our stories aren't matching. It's the same thing that happened right after I saw the mass disappearance. Mayuri's story didn't match with mine. I need to know. Am I caught in some sinister plot? Is this another organization conspiracy?
ねえ、ちょっとあなた。
我が名はHououin Kyoumaだ。
Hououin Kyouma.
違うよ。全然違うよ。
ホーインさん、今の話詳しく教え
Okay,
てほしいんです。
Hououin-san. I'd like to hear your story in more detail. Sure, we can look at what honorifics are. Son, the most common honorific, used to strangers, people of equal status, and in general whenever one needs to be polite. Kun, an informal... Oh wait, I scrolled too far. An informal name suffix generally used for male friends or male subordinates, also used by males towards female subordinates in professional environments. Chan, a diminutive suffix that indicates high affection, usually used for small children, young girls, or between close female friends. Tan, an even more diminutive version of the Chan suffix, most often used for fictional characters, especially anthropomorphizations, for added cuteness. Shi, a literary honorific, generally used by formal publications, such as newspapers. Okay. There's your Japanese lesson for the day, I suppose. Looks like she finally understands I'm not lying, but I still don't understand why my memories don't match everyone else's. I doubt that I can give her a good explanation. Just then an older man steps out of the assembly hall.
マキセさん、そろそろ時間ですし、始めましょう。
Huh? Oh, right, thank you. Kurisu glances out, waits for one more time, then sighs and heads toward the small conference room.
オカリン、とりあえず僕らも行こうぜ。
We should go too.
行くとはどういう意味だ？
Go where?
講義を聞きに来たん
To
だ
hear the
ろ。
lecture, duh. Ah, that. Yeah, you know, the reason you came here. Daru follows after Kurisu. Did she come to attend the lecture too? Strange. Why would the girl genius Makise Kurisu need to attend a lecture like this? Okay, my guess was a bit off. The girl genius didn't come to attend the lecture.
今日は私のような若輩者の話を聞きに来てくださってありがとう。
講義をする方だったの
She's
か。
the one giving the lecture. Japan's famous girl genius, Makise Kurisu, who had her thesis published at the tender age of 17. According to Daru, she turned 18 a few days ago. I first heard about her when Daru pointed her out in a gossip magazine article. That's when he told me she was going to be a guest at ATF. I'd forgotten all
こ
about
ういう
it.
のは初めてなので緊張してますが、ガチガチなのは多めに見てください。どうぞよろしく。
The audience is pretty mixed. It's mostly students like us, but there are also a couple of professors. And Kurisu just gave me a sharp look. What did I do? When I returned her stare, she quickly averted her eyes. I don't care if she's a genius or whatever. I still don't like her. She may have these people fooled with her timid girl eye. But I learned at Radicon how cunning and aggressive she really is. Even if her murder was some kind of hallucination. Sorry, 1 second. That clapping. I feel like they just made the sound effects way too loud in this game. Anyway.
今回タイム
For
マシン
today's
をテーマ
lecture,
に話してほしいと
I've
言
been
わ
asked
れ
to
まし
speak
て、
on the subject of time
正
travel.
直専門外なのですが、
It's not really my
頑張って
area of
話してみよう
expertise,
と
but
思
I'll
い
try
ます。
my best.
ほう、タイムマシンか。
最初に結論を言ってしまうと、タイムマシンなんていうのはバカらしい代物だということです。
意義あり。
Nice Ace Attorney reference. Igiari. Every member of the audience, not just Kurisu, is startled by my interruption. Perhaps I'm being slightly rude here, but I'm not one to just sit and listen to some genius girl's drivel.
タイムマシンが作れないと決めつけるのは早計だ。
It's presumptuous for you to claim that time travel is absurd.
オカリン、無茶しやがって。
Sitting at my side, Dara throws me a small salute. ATF staff are approaching, probably to kick me out. Perhaps I got too carried away.
はい、いいですよ。ディスカッション形式の方が話も弾むでしょうし。
Thanks to her proposal, the event staff refrained from escorting me out. She sounds a little pissed, but let's not mind that.
でもその前に、私の考えを話させてください。これまで世界中の科学者たちがタイムトラベルについての理論を提唱してきました。
There are 11 in particular that bear mentioning. What are the major theories of time travel? I've heard about the cosmic string theory at least. The 11 theories.
中性子星理論、ブラックホー
Neutron
ル理
star
論、
theory,
光
black
速理
hole
論、
theory, light speed theory,
タキオン理論、ワームホール理論、エキゾチック物質理論、
tachyon theory, wormhole theory, exotic matter theory,
宇宙ひも理論、量子重力理論、セシウムレーザー光理論、
cosmic string theory, quantum gravity theory, cesium laser theory,
素粒子リングレーザー理論、ディラック反粒子理論、
elementary particle ring and laser theory, Dirac antiparticle theory. Not bad. Perhaps Makise Karisu is a worthy rival after all.
でもそれらの理論はいずれも仮説の域を出ません。場合によっては11個の中の別の理論によって否定されているものさえある。
では12番目の理論が発見されたとしたらどうかな。
That just doesn't make any sense
そうですね。
in the context. It's not adding to the discussion at all.
13番目の理論によって否定されるかもしれませんね。
She twisted my question and used it against me. Touché, genius girl. Suddenly I feel eyes on me. Some puffed up professors are giving me hard looks from across the room. Maybe I got too carried away. I don't want to risk losing my credits. I should back off for now.
ちなみに未来へのタイムトラベルなら今すぐにでも可能ですよ。アインシュタインの相対性理論によればね。
Time travel to the future is available to us right now, according to Einstein's special theory of relativity. Theory of relativity refers to both Einstein's special theory of relativity published in 1905 and his general theory of relativity published in 1916, represented by the famous equation E equals mc squared. The special theory of relativity is defined by the following axioms. Objects cannot travel faster than the speed of light. As velocity approaches the speed of light, the passage of time approaches zero. As velocity approaches the speed of light, length approaches zero. As velocity approaches the speed of light, mass approaches infinity. Also, by the way, if you're wondering how the vector engines work from my time, it has to do with countering a few of these, specifically the ones about length approaching zero and mass approaching infinity. But the passage of time approaching zero is the one that is important for it to work. So it just has to counter the other two. Anyway. As velocity approaches the speed of light, mass approaches infinity. The general theory of relativity adds the following axioms. In the presence of large gravitational fields, the passage of time slows down. In the presence of large gravitational fields, space curves. In the presence of large gravitational fields, mass increases. And this is important for instantaneous space travel also, of course, because if time can slow down and space can curve, then you could get places much faster. However, obviously, transporting a large gravitational field, that's just a black hole pretty much. That's not a good idea, for obvious reasons, and why I ended up here, for the most part. There's some things I still don't know about why I ended up in the past, but figuring that out will be my key to solving all of this. Anyway, back to the game.
例えば今すぐ羽田空港に行ってそこから沖縄行きあたりの飛行機に乗ればいい。目的地に降り立った時その人は10億分の1秒くらい
That person would be about 100 millionth of a second farther into the future than I am. What does that
移
mean?
動する速さが高速に近づけば近づくほど時間は遅く流れる。それが
Time
相
moves
対性
slower
理
for
論です
objects as they approach the speed of light.
極論を言えば
For
光
example,
と同じほどの
if you
速
could
さで
run it
走る
near
こ
the
とが
speed
で
of
きた
light,
ら
you
流
could
れ
reach
る
a
時
point where
間
time
は
only
その
moves
人だ
half
け
as
半
fast for
分
you.
になるわけで24時間その速度で走
If
り
you were to
続け
keep
れば
running
周
at
囲で
that
は
speed for
48時間
24
が経ったこ
hours,
とになるから
48
丸
hours
1
would
日分
elapse in the rest of
未
the
来に飛ん
world,
だことになるんですよ
meaning you would jump one day
Hououin
into the
Kyouma.
future. Understand? Hououin Kyouma. Gah! Why are you singling me out? I'm doing my best to hold back, but it looks like Makise Kurisu wants to pick a fight. I wish that she hadn't said that name in front of so many people. It's too great a risk to let others know my true name.
それはヘリクツではないかな？
But that's not really time travel, is it? Now a professor calmly makes an objection. True, Makise Kurisu's example isn't strictly time travel per se, but I never expected an older man, a professor at that, to refute an 18-year-old girl. Maybe he's just testing the genius girl's resilience.
そうですね
Yes, you're right. The genius girl readily concedes the point. If she were a normal 18-year-old, it would be impossible for her to be this calm in front of all these people. A normal 18-year-old would panic when refuted by such a distinguished-looking professor. And yet, Makise Kurisu's giving off an aura of gutsiness that says, I can take this guy on.
では過去には行けるのかな？
Then what about going to the past?
過去にだって今すぐ行けますよ夜になったら
Going to
望
the
遠鏡
past
で
is
空を
also
覗いてみて
possible
くだ
right
さい
now. Take a look at the
何
sky
万
at
年も
night.
前の光を見ることができ
You
るで
can
しょ
see lights from tens of thousands of years ago, can't you?
それもヘリクツですよ
That's not time travel either. This time it's a nearby student who
まあ
objects.
今までのは前
Well, I
よ
was just getting started. Was it just me? Or did Kurisu just look a little nervous just now?
例えば実際に皆さんが体ごと過去や未来へ行くことができるようなタイムマシンを作るにはまず何が必要か考えてみましょう代表的なところだと
The best
宇宙
candidates
紐理論
for
か
this
ワームホール理論か
are
な
cosmic strings and wormholes.
宇宙紐というのは
A
超巨大
cosmic
な
string
質量を持つ
is a
紐みたいな
string-shaped
形の
crevice
ひび割れです
with extreme mass. That must be how they enter our universe. But do cosmic strings really exist?
ひびの幅は素粒子と同じぐら
The
いで
crevice is about as
長
wide
さ
as
は
an
最低で
elementary
も銀河
particle
系と同じくらいと
and at
思ってい
least
た
as
だければい
long
い
as
で
the
す
diameter of a galaxy. More science. Okay. Elementary particle, the smallest unit of matter. However, the definition of what constitutes an elementary particle is unclear. Certain elementary particles have a corresponding antiparticle with opposite charge. The crevice is about as wide as an elementary particle and at least as long as the diameter of a galaxy.
これは巨大な質量であるがゆえに
It has immense
時
mass,
空
so
を
it
歪める
distorts
性質を持っ
space-time.
ているんです
If
そ
you
の
were
歪
to
んだ
travel
時
through
空を
that distortion,
紐を中心にあなたがぐるっと一周すると
you can make a
360
full
度以内
circle
に
around
回
the
りきる
string
ことができる
in less than 360 degrees.
要するにワープみたいなことができるということこれ
In short, you can do something resembling a warp. This is called the space-time angular deficit.
角度欠損しているところを通過すると、そこは欠損しちゃってますので、通過時間は0になる。
When you pass through an area of angular deficit, transit time becomes 0.
これを応用して、宇宙紐が高速に近い速さで運動しているとき、
Now we apply this to a cosmic string moving at near light speed.
相対性理論により、宇宙
According to
紐
the
の時間
special
は周囲より
theory
遅くなる
of
から、
relativity,
歪んでいる角度欠損の領域
time
を
will
通
flow
過する
slower
と
for the cosmic
本
string
来0だった通過時間がマイナスになる。
in relation to its surroundings. Therefore, passing through the area of angular deficit would cause the transit time to become negative instead of 0.
つまり通過後の方が過去になっているわけ
In other words, you will arrive in the past after transit.
で、2本の宇宙紐を使って
That's
空間
very
欠損ジャンプを行い、元の地点
If
ま
you
で
use
周
two
回するように
cosmic
戻ってくると、
You can do a
ちょう
space
ど
deficit
周回を
jump.
開始したのと同じ時間に戻ってくることができる。
If you loop back to your original location, you can return to the same time you started revolving.
ざっくり言っちゃうと、それが宇宙紐理論によるタイムトラベルです。
And that, roughly speaking, is time travel by means of cosmic strings.
ちなみに誤解しないでほしいのは、宇宙紐理
By
論
the
は
way,
超紐理論とは別物ということです。
just so nobody misunderstands, cosmic strings are not the same as superstrings. Superstring theory. In physics, the theory that all matter in the universe is composed of strings, the vibrations of which manifest as the elementary particles. This theory, which posits 11 dimensions, is currently impossible to prove experimentally. However, it is said that if this theory is proven, it will explain all phenomena from the birth and scope of the universe on the macro level, to elementary particles like quarks on the micro level.
というわけで、宇宙紐理論で過去へ行くために用意するものは3つ。その1、宇宙紐。これは2つ必要です。あ、ちなみに宇宙紐って生まれたばかりの宇宙にしかないという仮定なので、探すのはかなり骨が折れるかも。
Two strings, to be exact. By the way, they are hypothesized to exist only where the universe was first formed, so they might be a little hard to find.
その2、仮
Second,
に宇宙
you
紐を
would
見
need
つ
the
けてき
energy
たら、
required to make them
そ
move
れを
at near
光
light
に
speed.
近い速さで運動させるためのエネルギーが必要。銀河と同じ長さのひび割れ
How
を
much energy do you
光並みに
think
加
you'd
速させる
need
には
to accelerate something as long as the Milky Way
少なく
to
と
near
も
the speed of light? I'm pretty sure it's a
1.21 ジ
little
ゴワ
more
ット以
than
上なのは確かです。
1.21 gigawatts. Originates from a 1980s trilogy of Hollywood movies about time machines and time paradoxes. In the first movie, the inventor of the time machine said that it needed 1.21 gigawatts of energy to travel through time. In reality, the unit gigawatt does not exist. The scriptwriter made a spelling mistake. The correct unit is gigawatt. This earns a few chuckles from the audience.
その3、宇宙紐があるところまで行って戻ってくるための宇宙船。タイムトラベルする人はこれに乗らないといけません。
You need a spaceship capable of reaching these cosmic strings and returning, with the traveler alive, of course.
どうです、ホーインさん。宇宙紐理論でのタイムトラベル、挑戦できると思いますか？
What do you think? Like that's even possible. And why the hell is she addressing me? I wasn't even the one who jeered this time.
ホーインさんは宇宙紐理論には挑戦したくないようですね。だったらもう一つ例に挙げたワームホール理論はどうです？こちらは宇宙紐理論よりはもうちょっと現実的かもしれません。ところでホーインさん、ワームホールってどんなものか知ってますか？
No, don't ask me. I'm trying to hold back here. Since I've been challenged, though, I can't leave the question unanswered.
空間に
It's
開
like a
いた
shortcut through space.
抜け
Right?
道のようなものだろ
ね、そうです。
Yes, that's correct. Whew, I got it right. I sigh inwardly in relief.
2つの穴があって、それはトンネルでつながっている。トンネルは
通過時間0で通り抜けられる。2つの穴がどれだけ離れていてもね。
Well, wouldn't that be convenient?
だけどここで残念なお知らせ。
But oh no,
ワーム
there's a
ホールのトン
problem.
ネルは超重
The
力がかかっ
wormhole
ていて、
tunnel suffers from
開通すると
supergravity
同時に
and
潰れちゃいま
collapses
す。
as soon as it opens.
だからかかる重力を無効化するために何らかの細工をしなくちゃダメなの。いわゆるエキゾチック物質。これはマイナスの重さを持つ
So-called
物質で
exotic matter,
重力に
a
反発す
substance
るん
with
です。
negative mass, which repulses other matter. Negative mass, huh? Is it something that floats if you leave it on the ground? Maybe not. I can't even begin to imagine what it would look like. Kurisu raises her right fist.
こうやってむぎゅーっとグーを作ってる状態がワームホールのトンネルです。ここを通るためには手の中に私が握ろうとする力に反発する何かを作ってむぎゅーっとできなくしないとダメということですね。
Kurisu opens her fist.
エキゾチック物質を注入してワームホールを安定させれば瞬間移動は可能になります。でもタイムトラベルをするにはそこからもう一手間必要。ここでは仮にワームホールの入り口側の穴がこの秋葉原に、出口側にある穴が LA にあるとしましょう。
An entrance here in Akihabara, and the exit is in Los
まず
Angeles.
LA にある
First, we
穴を
need to send the
光に
wormhole in
近い
LA
速さで宇宙の
all
果
the
て
way
ま
to the
で
end
飛ば
of
し
the
ちゃってください。
universe
そして
at near
果
the
てまで
speed
行
of
った
light.
らすぐに LA に引っ張り戻す。相対性理論により光の速さで動くと時間は遅く流れる。 LA に戻ってきた穴は秋葉原にある穴よりも過去にあるということになります。というわけでその状態でホーウインさんがワームホールに飛び込んだら数年前の LA に行けるでしょう。でもこの時点ではまだ
However,
タイムトラベル
this
をし
still
たこ
can't
と
be
にはなり
called
ませ
true
ん。
time travel.
疑似的なタイムトラベルです。いわゆる浦島効果ね。
This is called the Urashima effect. In special relativity, a phenomenon originating from the fact that time slows down for an object as an object approaches the speed of light. For example, imagine that an astronaut travels nearby to a nearby star and back at close to the speed of light. This trip might take a few years from the astronaut's perspective, but he would return to Earth to find that thousands of years had passed in his absence.
The
important
LA か
part
ら
is to
秋葉
return
原
to
に
Akihabara
もう
from
一度ワーム
LA.
ホールを通って戻ること。そうするとその通過時間はゼロなのでホーウインさんは数年前の秋葉原に戻ってくるわけです。これでタイムトラベルは完了。ワームホール理論に必要なものは宇宙紐より楽ですよ。その1、ワームホールそのもの。この宇宙のどこかにもしかしたらあるかもしれません。見つけた人はまだ誰もいませんが。その2、ワームホールの穴を光並みの速さで宇宙の果てまで往復させることのできるエネルギー。その3、エキゾチック物質。ちなみにこれ実在は確認されてません。
So implementation of either one would require a ridiculous amount of effort.
バカらしいと最初に言った理由は分かってもらえましたか？タイムトラベルの理論はどれも思考実験です。それらの理論からでは実際にタイムマシンを作ることはできないということ。それが私からの回答です。
もっと簡単なものはないんですか？例えば机の引き出しを開けるだけで使えるものとか。
ないですね。
A firm
結
declaration.
局現代の物理学じゃそこが限界。10年後にはどうなってるか分かりませんが。
This is the limit of modern physics. I can't say how it might change in 10 years
それ
though.
に仮にもっと簡単に過去へ行ける方法が発見されたとしても実際に行けるとは限らない。
There might be other factors that prevent time travel from working,
因果律に関する根本的な問題が
and that's
解
because
決されていま
fundamental
せんから
problems concerning the principle of causality have not yet been solved. The principle of causality, a scientific and philosophical principle that states that every event has a cause, and it is by that cause that an effect is produced. The theory of relativity is founded upon this principle. However, quantum physicists have observed microscale phenomena that do not appear to obey the principle of causality.
タイムパラドックス、質量保存の法則。
The mass of the entire universe is constant. If a time machine traveled from the future to the past, it would suddenly be the extra mass of that time machine and its pilot in the past. I remember reading in a book, not a terribly reputable book, but still, that such a violation of mass conservation would put the universe in danger. It didn't say what kind of danger, though.
質量保存の法則を宇宙のようなマクロレベル、あるいは原子や素粒子などのミクロレベルの仕組みに当てはめるのは誤りです。
If you think that conservation of mass applies to macrosystems like the universe, or microsystems like atoms or elementary particles, you're mistaken. What? Is that true? Hey. Ah, she's laughing at my reaction. God, how mortifying.
あれは化学反応に対する法則でしかないから。現代物理学においては全く成立しない。
Conservation of mass only applies to chemical reactions. It doesn't hold in modern physics at all.
無から有は生み出せますから。
Something can come from nothing.
で
Wow, that's
は
pretty amazing.
何が問題となるのかね。
タイムパラドックスはタイムパラドックスでも、親殺しのパラドックスの方です。
Oh, that thing where you kill your own ancestors before you were born?
そのパラドックスの解が導き出されない限り、タイムトラベルは実現できない。絶対。
殺さなければいいんじゃないの？
What if you just don't kill them?
そんな単純な問題じゃありません。SF 映画と同じように考えるのはとても危険です。あなたが消えるだけじゃ済まされない。
Really? It doesn't seem that
矛盾
dangerous.
が生じることは因果律の崩壊、相対性理論の崩壊、
Any
さらには
paradox, no
この
matter
世
how
のすべて
small,
の物理法則の崩壊を意味するのよ。
would cause the total collapse of causality, relativity, and every other physical law in existence.
パラドックスは理論上の思考実験に過ぎない。現実に起きることはないし、起きてはいけないことなんです。
Paradoxes are nothing more than thought experiments. They cannot occur in reality, and they should not.
だから、たとえ 0.00001% でも起きる可能性のあるどんな行動も絶対に実行には移せない。そう考える方が自然じゃないですか？多世界解釈や自己無矛盾の原理っていう抜け道もありますが、個人的にはファンタジーすぎると思うので認めたくないですね。
I grind my teeth. When I see Makise Kurisu looking at me with her composed expression, I avert my eyes. Looks like I have no choice but to concede. Makise Kurisu truly is a genius. I ended up listening to all of Kurisu's lecture at ATF. After the two time travel theories she introduced at the beginning, she explained the rest with equal eloquence. She seemed a little nervous at first, but that quickly changed as she spoke. By the end, it was an impressive lecture, so impressive that you wouldn't think it was an 18-year-old's first time. She did well to respond to my malicious questions with sarcasm. She's got guts. Wait, why am I praising her? Leaving that aside, I saw Makise Kurisu dead. And yet, she is alive. My memories don't mesh with reality. And not just about Kurisu. My conversations with Daru and Mayuri didn't make sense either. Everything would be solved if I just told myself that what I saw was a dream, an illusion. It never happened. But never say never. This leaves me with no choice. After parting ways with daughter at ATF, I head to Yanabayashi Shrine. I need to get exorcised. I seriously doubt that the Makise Kurisu at ATF was a ghost. Regardless, it's natural to seek an exorcism after such an experience. I'm Japanese, it's in our blood. Yanabayashi Shrine is located on the other side of Kanda River. To find it, enter the first side road after crossing Manseibashi Bridge. It's a very small shrine that doesn't fit with the surrounding multi-tenant buildings. Kanda Myojin is the more famous shrine in Akiba, but I deliberately chose this one. The shrine is so small you could easily miss it if you weren't looking. Regardless, I can hear the chirping of cicadas from a few trees growing here. There are two girls standing in front of the main building. One of them is Mayuri. The other is a docile-looking beauty in traditional Miko attire. Urushibara Luka, a stunning example of feminine charge and grace. Lips delicate like cherry blossoms in bloom. The essence of Japanese beauty. The chief priest's son. That's right, son. Lovely in every way, but he's a guy.
Okabe-san, konnichiwa.
Miko, shrine maidens, priestesses, in the Shinto religion. Miko typically dress in a white kimono with a red hakama or skirt. Their role is to assist priests with performing rituals and events. Anyway, I think this is not that much of a cliffhanger. You went to the shrine to get exercised, so I'm probably gonna stop here because it is, yeah, it's probably about time I should stop playing. But I'll play this again in the future probably. It's pretty cool, as you have probably seen. So, save. Hooray. Anyway. Now I can actually just exit the game. I pressed this button on purpose, hooray. So, thanks for coming to the stream. Steins Gate is really cool. I really like the part with the time travel explanations and stuff. It's really interesting. Honestly, I actually don't know what's gonna happen from pretty much here on out. When I played it before, I only got up to a couple scenes after the part at the shrine, which is where I stopped today. So I only have like a vague idea of what comes next. I'm not actually sure. And I'm sure the most interesting parts of the game are after that, because I mean, there's obviously a really big mystery with the whole time travel. The people disappearing, the message sent to the past, finding a dead body and then discovering the person alive later. It's really cool, it's a cool story. So anyway, I will continue with that at a future date, I'm not sure when. I don't think I'll stream again this week. Maybe Saturday. I'm undecided. I'll probably... I think my next stream might not be till next week. But thanks for coming. Today and yesterday. I wonder which game to play next. I might make a poll on Twitter or something, because I want to continue with one of the ones I've started before starting another one, since I've already played 4 different games. Probably Ghost Runner, but I could also leave it up to the people to choose between Titanfall 2, Ghost Runner, Steins Gate, and Sierra Ops. Also, Outer Wilds I will be playing soon, because I really want to play it. And that's pretty much it. I don't have any actual announcements or anything. But yeah, thanks for coming to the stream. Hopefully we'll learn more about time travel next time. Well, anyway, until our paths align again in the stars, this has been your captain. Solarwynd out.